Well, well, well. If it isn't the biggest group of diabolical backshotters this side of the Mississippi. Natural 9 Live, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Any one of you can subscribe with Twitch Prime for free if you have Amazon Prime, which I know you do. Give it to us. Give it to me. Give it to us. Give it to me. Give it to us. Give it to me. Does audio sound alright? I've got a slightly different setup. I've reorganized my life so that I could lay on a couch during streams. Paragon Creed, thank you for gifting subscriptions. Beginning the hype train. The ad break interrupting your Twitch Prime push. Well, if you were subscribed with Twitch Prime, then you wouldn't have had the ad break. And all the ookers are going crazy in the chat while I stall for Mansoor to show up. He's here. His screen is on. But he's probably taking a dump. If I know his schedule, he worked out. He walked his dogs. He's probably taking a shower right now. Can we get to level 2? Can guys, get in the Christmas spirit. Get this hype train to like a level unachieved for Mansoor when he shows up. When he comes here, I want him to see a frickin' level 10 hype train. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the look on our boy's face? Fresh after an ook in the shower. The better dancer in WCW, Disco Inferno, Alex Wright, or Tokyo Magnum? I've always been partial to the Alex Wright dance. Unfortunately, I saw it in the chat that you guys were expecting the oiled up chest to be a regular thing on the stream, but after my last incident, Twitch has banned it for everybody. So I think it was my fault. It was a bit too much. Let's go, Balsa 007! Getting in the Christmas spirit! Christmas spirit! Wait, is that Jay Bodian that gave it? The hype train is going crazy! Yeah, it was Jay Bodian. Why do you look awful? You haven't touched yourself? That's big for you. Congratulations. That was last week. I wish I could grow body hair in such a way. Yeah, I wish I could grow a normal beard. I have to use enhancements. Yeah, it's good. It's getting there. No, I mean when I go get my hair cut, he trims it up and makes it even so it looks nice. But who added you? It was me. Everybody, congratulate Mansoor on his big tweet. Banger tweet. It outperformed the predicted likes and retweets. He sent me a text in our group chat with our wives at 3:30 a.m. last night, and it said, "Remember backshot tweet." And I was like, and I, who am also up at 3:30 a.m., was like, "What did he mean by this?" And he said, "Don't worry, it's for me." Oh yeah. Here's the. Yeah, you unsubscribed prick. Oh, don't worry, we didn't give away any content. You were muted. That's what you want. You want to be muted. Talk now.
Hello.
Okay, you're not muted.
Hello again.
Friend of a friend. I knew you when. If you get this hype train to 4, I will take off my pants.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, guys, we can't do artistic nudity anymore, so we're just gonna do unartistic nudity.
Yeah,
Straight up porn.
They said in the announcement that the artistic nudity is now banned, but the rest of nudity is okay.
Wait, unartistic nudity is okay. What's happening to my face?
You're big. I'm fixing it.
What? Just why is it like this?
Why is what like what?
Everyone's just staring at my nose. Zoom out on my
I'm
screen.
zooming out. Give me a second.
I don't want everyone to look at my giant nose.
It is pretty big.
Yeah, let me angle this better. Let me fuck up all the work you did.
Stop.
That's better. Get fucked. Well, it's a big. Break the wall down.
Big nose.
What's wrong with your face? I don't know, Shane. Your ass isn't on it.
Nice. Got him.
That's my problem with my face.
All right. Now, everybody officially applaud Mansoor on his big tweet. Now is the time to congratulate him with subscriptions and bits. Using the entire creative process of 3 guys, perfect timing, a very humorous premise, and an excellent picture, he was able to match a dirty mirror picture of any girl wrestler.
No, that's not true. I'm pretty sure Rhea's dirty mirror thong picture got like 30,000, 40,000 likes.
We did not match Rhea's dirty thong picture.
There's no chance. Let me see.
Paragon Creed, thank you for the subscriptions, getting us to level 4, which means I have to take off my pants.
Let's see if my baby will go back to sleep.
Just a little bit.
With the lullaby.
Each level, they get lower. Right there, that's where you get right now.
All right, so Rhea's last selfie, mirror selfie, where has 33,000 likes.
33,000 likes. Do you think that she had a council of men decide how to maximize the reach of that picture?
Okay, the mirror selfie. Or do you think
she just woke up and was like, "Oh, I look all right"?
The mirror selfie before that, 51,000.
I have so little respect for you people.
The one before that, the dirty mirror selfie, 93,000.
How do you not be driven insane by that kind of
I don't know. And then my tweet from earlier today, 7.3, not bad. Coomers run the internet now? What do you mean now?
What do you mean now? The internet is for porn.
This is just the first time that women have actually monetized the fact that gooners and coomers are on the internet and all over it. And I love it for them. I love that for them, that they're finally getting paid. They're getting their bag.
I love that idea.
I love that idea.
I love that idea. Should tweet.
Where the backshots at? You tell me.
Well, if we get this hype train to level 5, then these pants are going to inch further down, and you might see it.
I really wish that I had something to promote.
Yeah, that was the only the only error in that tweet. Was
like we have
should have had
dates,
something ready. Yeah.
But I'm working on my cameo, and if I had that done, I could have just posted my cameo. Because when you hit a banger tweet, all your tweets after that do really well too.
Yeah.
Like for the day. Like tweets I made that usually would have gotten 100 likes, suddenly got 1,000. And if only I had something to make money off of.
And are we the only symbiotic pair of Twitters that, because it also makes my tweets do better too?
I don't even have a fucking Twitter Blue to make money off of the engagement. Like I should have.
Yeah, Dijak told us to get it. What's your cameo
calm
price?
My baby down.
What's your cameo price?
Same as yours. I'm not gonna upcharge you, bro. I'm not gonna fucking step on your shit.
I appreciate that about you, man.
Like what I should have done was $1 under yours. But...
Imagine.
I pray for me, guys and gals, and
everybody. Lend Mansoor your energy.
What the fuck?
Get on that vibrator ad money. We can get vibrator ad money. The baby left. She's broken out. She's breaking the conditioning. Sending calming energy to the baby. That sounds like some witchcraft. Allow me to send calm energy. What did it feel like the first time I entered the ring? Well, I was very uncomfortable because I was wearing somebody else's boots. I was stressed out because I had gear ordered and it was not there on time. And otherwise it was all right. Why was the baby?
I got knocked out.
You got knocked out?
Yeah, the baby wasn't in the crib. The baby wasn't in the crib because my wife, my wonderful, beautiful, darling wife, decided to rock her, even though this is the time that she usually goes to bed because she wakes up in the morning with the baby. It's usually she usually like winds down, watches some TV. Finished all of The Boys without me, by the way.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's
Unbelievable.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, usually I'm supposed to calm her down during the night, but she was kind enough to let me keep streaming. So everybody say, everybody press P. Press P to give what starts with P that I can
penetration.
No.
Everybody press P to penetrate Mansoor's wife.
No, don't do. Don't say
they
that.
come. Look at they're come. It's coming.
You're not even trying to like work that into what I'm trying to do here.
You're trying to show appreciation.
You could have at least said press P to penetrate your kindness into her soul or something, but you just it was uncreative, like your nudity. It was uncreative.
It was unartistic.
What's with your lounging fucking paint me like one of your French girls pose.
I'm like Elvira. That's what this is like.
Wow.
A haunted hour. We're gonna.
That's
tell
a
ghost
deep
stories.
cut. Yeah, most of our audience is not gonna know what the fuck.
Our audience knows who Elvira is.
No, our audience doesn't know who Elvira is.
Because you know why I know who they know who Elvira is? Because our audience is becoming increasingly femoid and gay.
What makes you believe that's true?
And femoids and gays, they respect their queens of old.
Do you have like the analytics of that?
The analytics? Well, the analytics is that I keep on getting messages on Twitter from women, not inappropriate ones. Just I
Wow,
can see they're.
Sierra,
I can just see that they're women.
Sierra, Sierra.
Sarah's busy.
Hello. Oh yeah, lucky you. I keep getting messages from women saying, "Oh, I'm just such a big fan, respectfully, platonically. I'm such a big
Yeah,
fan."
you can be a platonic fan of me. I don't exude any
I,
sexual
I
energy.
didn't say that's not true. I didn't say that at all. I'm
Mansoor
just saying
isn't the
typically
only
people
mistress.
who
Mansoor isn't the mistress in any scenario. He's
Brennan's the mistress in
yeah.
our relationship.
No, I'm the wife.
You're my road wife.
Yeah, but you're on the road. You used to be on the road a lot.
That's true. Now you're feeling kind of like unappreciated.
Yeah,
We had a road trip earlier. It was like revisiting old times.
yeah,
No?
yeah. It was the same, but we didn't watch any Netflix because you went right to bed.
Who's we, bitch? You're the only one who watches that shit. I've never cared about the shit. The only thing you turned me on to was Squid Games. That was the only thing you turned me on to.
That was a good one. That was hot.
It was good, yeah. But some of these dog shit animes, the one that you actually just started watching was good. I like the robot detective
Pluto
one.
was good. Pluto's
Yeah,
like
yeah, that one was
objectively
good.
excellent.
But sometimes you'd be watching some dog shit, bro.
Well, if it's
You'd be
on
watching some.
Netflix, so
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Netflix has been doing a lot. Netflix has had some bangers, like in the past 3 months.
Uh huh.
Um,
List them.
Anime or just animation in general?
Whatever
Because
you want. Whatever you want.
Pluto's great, Netflix exclusive. The One Piece remake, yeah. I guess if we're just saying whatever
Remake?
bangers, or not remake, the live action, it was good.
Oh, I see.
Blue Eye Samurai, excellent. Not anime, made
House
by.
of Usher.
I heard House of Usher was good.
My wife watched that, and I legit thought it was like a documentary on Usher and his fall or
No,
something. I was like,
I thought it was gonna be the Edgar Allan Poe thing, but I guess it wasn't.
I didn't even know Usher got canceled. What did he do?
He didn't get canceled. He's hosting the Super Bowl.
Miss Kate Fabe, thank you so much for ordering the hoodie. Uh,
See.
our
What's
hoodie
the
is
name?
very
What's the
popular.
name?
Miss Kate Fabe, our close personal
Miss.
friend from our close personal dirt sheet Fightful, the official dirt sheet of MXM.
We should get an official dirt sheet. We should offer up our services to a dirt sheet.
I feel like Fightful's too high profile to like. Okay, so everybody knows Nick
Do we need
Hausman.
a grimier sheet?
Everybody knows Nick Hausman is CM Punk's personal dirt sheet, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows that Meltzer is the Elite's personal dirt sheet. So ringside news, yeah, fuck it, let's get
Well,
ringside news.
no.
Wait, no, that guy just
We
got
don't want it.
arrested.
We don't want a personal dirt sheet. We want to be a dirt sheet's personal wrestlers.
Oh, what's the difference?
Like I don't know, the psyop.
You're just saying words to me. What's the difference between a dirt sheet being a wrestler's personal dirt sheet and a wrestler being a dirt sheet's personal wrestler?
It's exclusivity.
Okay, let's move on. Disavow? Yeah, we disavow ringside news. Okay,
Do we do?
I didn't mean it. Yeah, the guy. I guess I think public or domestic abuse or something. He got
Oh, I thought you
arrested
were
for
gonna say
something.
public nudity.
I'm sure he would have preferred that. I'm sure everyone.
I wouldn't disavow somebody for public.
No, I wouldn't
nudity.
disavow somebody for getting
unless
naked
they
in
were
public.
flashing like people.
There are people who have gotten put in jail for peeing in public because it's considered public nudity. That's crazy.
Have you gotten the advertisement for the pisser?
I'm sorry.
There's a
Come
special
again.
there's a special
Piss
piss
again.
cup. There's a special piss cup. And it folds like an accordion. And for the commercial on whatever, I think it was on Instagram was where I saw it. It's a guy and he's peeing on a fence, and somebody walks up and he's like, "Hey, you can't do that here. I'm gonna have you arrested." And the guy turns around and he's got his dong in this piss cup. And then the guy's like, "Oh, next time."
Now explain to me the difference between a piss cup and just a regular cup that you piss in.
It's basically a regular cup, but the appeal of it is that it folds into like an accordion.
Oh, so that you don't spill the piss.
Well, no, so that like if you're done pissing, like it'd be perfect for a road trip.
So that when you're done pissing, you can play a silly Weird Al Yankovic song? Or I don't understand.
No, the idea is you dump the piss and then you fold the cup and then you put the cup under your seat or something so it's out of sight and out of mind.
I don't get. So it's just a bag. It's not a cup. It's a bag.
No, it's solid. It's like a
I'm
solid.
okay. I'm gonna look this up. What do I look up? Piss cup.
I don't know. I just saw a piss cup.
Piss cup. All right.
It's like it's like
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. I
you
see
see
what
what I
you mean.
mean?
I see how it's.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bigger thing here is sure you could have a bottle like oh no I have to pee and I can't stop. What do I do? Okay, well I've got this this water bottle that I'm gonna throw away. I'll pee in that, but it's always the hole's too small. This thing is designed so that you can put your whole bong in it while you
Not
pee.
for me. Not for me. I get right in there. I've never had to
Piss Cup
like
is my favorite 2000s pop punk band.
in what scenario can you not stop to pee? That's what I don't get. Like I've never been in a scenario where
Hold
I'm
on,
like I
Sierra's
gotta
calling me.
keep driving. What?
Hello?
You're being called by your wife that lives in your house?
Yeah, they're taking a bath. Let me make sure they're going to bed.
Unbelievable. My wife sacrificed herself to put the baby to bed.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
okay.
Brennan's wife is calling him in the middle of our second job.
Entertain them.
Entertain them. Oh boy. All right, chat. Manny Solo Dolo Q&A. Hit me with your best shot. Ask me about some of these indie bookings we have. DPW, Pandemonium Pro, Flashback, what the fuck? A bunch of places that haven't been announced yet. Entertainers. Who else has announced us? Fuck, I don't know. I think we're doing a signing. We're doing a signing in New York City on January 6th. We disavow. We disavow. It's just a coincidence, okay? All right, we're doing a signing on that day. No, wait, that's on the 7th. Oh, thank God. Thank God. All right, that's on the 7th, okay? On the 6th, it's just going to be a normal day. We're not doing anything special. We're not celebrating anything. Yeah, no, the Big Gay Brunch. Yes, Effie's Big Gay Brunch, GCW. That's a singles match for me. Yeah, it's cool. What I really like is that we both have singles matches and tag stuff, which is awesome. You know, we get to branch out and do our own thing, and we get to reunite and do tag stuff. Storming the gimmick table. You're gonna storm my gimmick table? We got lots of shirts. You guys plan on doing TNA bookings? No comment. What's your favorite martial art? BJJ, because it's fun to say. Are you term green shirt guy or Team Trinidad Tobago? Okay, so if this is a super fan question, that's past. Like I know green shirt guy. I'm not the big TNA side. I'm not the. Could you imagine if Scott D'Amore hyped up this huge appearance and it was me? The fucking it'd be over. TNA would go back to Impact immediately. So when I was a kid, the super fan that I knew was the sign guy with the red baseball cap, like Fred Durst. He would always have a really creative sign for like every match. I don't know if he went to every Raw, but I saw him in every pay per view I bought a DVD for. When are you guys on Big Brother? That is the dream. Honestly, that's the dream. And now we can actually do that. But what's kind of sad is like I actually applied for Big Brother before I got signed at WWE, and I was 22 or 23. And I remember thinking, oh, perfect, I'm the prime age. I'm 28, 5 years later, and I feel like that's like on the older side. For Big Brother players. The big TNA signing is Manny and Sting face paint, and the entire time he pretends to be Sting. Mets guy, yeah. They hired me as the booker. I actually talked to Ali about this. I genuinely think my role in professional wrestling is in creative because I just come up with so many ideas and I fucking love fantasy booking. And I know everybody says that and fans say that all the time. And they have their, what culture fucking this is how I would have booked the Nexus. This is how WWE should have booked the Nexus. But I genuinely like fuck. I love booking. I love training students. I love stuff like that. The actual performing part is fun. but I've always been more fulfilled by creating moments as sort of an architect than as the actual central player. And that's why I prefer to be a heel, because as a heel, you're creating moments for the babyface at your expense. And I've always preferred that
My
because I feel like
my mom actually said something similar. She was like, "Would you ever like be interested in just going into like the creative aspect of it?" And kind of the same thing. She's like, "You're just so creative and you got such good ideas and I think you'd really enjoy it." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I would if any company listened to the people on their creative staff."
well, so the big problem is that when you're our age, you're just not going to be on creative. You know what I mean? Like, it is an experience and an age thing. At 28, at fucking 39 or whatever Brennan is, you're not going to be on
Sure.
creative. You could be a producer, maybe, but not like in the actual
I mean,
room.
like I guess the thought was like a writer, but like the writers.
But that's not, yeah, because like the writers, like we could write, but it's like here's what people kind of have misconception. Hate ads. Subscribe, buddy.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. DPW will listen to us. We actually had a creative back and forth with them,
We did. That
which
was
was
really
refreshing.
cool. Yeah.
It was refreshing. Yeah, they had an idea. We had an idea. We kind of met in the middle.
And then I think it really
Um,
worked out. I think we hit like the exact right thing.
so here's the thing: you could see me in Creative Natural 9 Live, but according to the fucking mutants in our audience, I'm the worst booker out of the people in our group chat because you fuckers only vote for Dijak, Damo, and Brennan. I'm last place in every fucking fan vote for
CM
TEW.
Origins, thank you for the
Oh,
subscription.
that's very
Our
nice
close
of you,
personal
CM.
employee pooping back into
Yeah.
our own mouth.
They can't hear you to tell them sub because of the 8 ads. Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, maybe they should have subscribed.
No, e-drones. Don't fucking post your stupid ass
Get
e-drone
out of here,
emotes.
you stinky e-drones. E-drones in our world, in our universe, are like apes.
What do you mean by that?
They're just monkeys who have got access to the power to vote, and they shouldn't.
The power to vote.
I,
They're
I feel
monkeys
I feel like their
who
rights should be
evolved.
stripped from them. Thank you,
Luis Rom.
Luis Rom.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Got hit with
subscribing.
10 ads. Hell nah. See, it works. It fucking works.
You know what happens is because you guys there's a tendency with people who when they get hit with ads is they freak out and they refresh, not realizing that the system is designed to play ads whether you refresh or not, and it just
Yeah.
adds up. It continues to add up. So stop freaking out or just subscribe, you stinky unsubscriber. Most of you are subscribed.
Doink Bra, are the WWE writers marks or filthy casuals? It's
You get a little bit
both.
of both. You get people
But
who are from like a completely different TV writing background, and then you get people who are kind of fans, and I
they
guess
hide
found
it.
yeah they hide it. I mean,
They hide it.
would you say that it's frowned upon to be a fan as a writer?
No, it's not frowned upon to be a wrestling fan. It's just frowned upon to act like a fan at work
Yes, even if
because
you're a
it's your
wrestler.
job. Well, no, because how many people took pictures with CM Punk?
Yeah,
and
but that's all.
fucking
That's all.
and
That's
Cena when he
that's
comes.
politics. That's not fandom.
I guess. Like to me, it's when there's people in a line waiting to take a picture of the person who comes back. It's like
Yeah, that's. I mean,
that's 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 your coworker. Can we be serious?
yeah.
Like to me, when I see you taking a picture of somebody that you just met, you're standing with them, you just met them, you don't know them, and you're posting it online. It's like
But
I'm
that
not
feels
saying
like an entire separate like that's like what was the joke that everybody said? Man, this picture got a lot of likes, and then they all just got the picture.
yeah, no, it's probably true. They're just trying to get their engagement up, and they know like that's
And
gonna get their
you
engagement.
know, it's difficult. You have to get your counsel to decide
Oh
on
yeah, I mean, I couldn't. The only time
what
I
if your
broke
counsel. What if you went to your counsel of Twitter and they were like, yeah, just get a picture with CM Punk.
on one hand, I can count the number of times I've broken like 5K likes. Okay, one of them shitting on Ryback.
Yeah, that's big.
Two, getting fired. 3, DPW debut.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good for us.
And 4, making a joke about getting our assholes blown out
Yeah.
in doggy style. That's so last night, right? I'm looking at our pictures, our promo shots, because one of the promotions hiring us was asking for our promo pictures. And I look at the one where our backs are turned. I'm like, damn, that's a cold shot. But if I just posted that and said, like, we're so back, maybe it'll get like 300, 400 likes.
We're
So
so
suddenly,
back is pretty clever because we're showing our
oh,
backs.
because back. Oh, I'm a moron. Okay, that's my Instagram caption because I can't do the backshots thing on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's a much
because the
hard.
Saudis will be furious.
It's a tougher audience, believe me. So last night I'm looking at the "We're so back." That's so funny, Brennan. Thank you for giving me
You're
that.
welcome. You
It's
got
such a better PG joke than backshots.
it.
So I'm like, oh, I've seen this backshots joke before. It's no like nobody takes better backshots than MXM, of course. But I can't post it at 3 a.m. And then I go about my night. I make my second dinner. I eat, and I go,
He's like
fuck.
a
What was my
hawk.
banger tweet? What was my banger tweet? I completely forgot my banger tweet. What is it? What is it? I go through my pictures, remembering that I was going through my pictures when I came up with it. Oh, backshots. So I text my wife, Brennan, and his wife in our group chat, and I text, remember to tweet about backshots.
Most of us have a notes app on our iPhone.
I'll forget to look at my notes, but I'll always look at that group chat because it gets texted every day.
Yeah.
And it was a smashing success. What do you miss the least about WWE? When you're not booked,
There's
because there's
nothing
nothing you can
worse
do.
than getting the process of getting ready for TV, and
It's a lot.
then it
It's
takes
a
like
lot.
people think, oh yeah, wrestling is just the Monday today. It's not. It's like it really starts. What would you say?
Two
If
days,
you're not
two days
doing
before.
house show, at least 2 days before.
And if
Of
you are doing house, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a
Buddy
thing
Murphy
where
talked about this.
I have to get my hair done. I need to get a haircut.
Mm.
Manny needs to make sure he's shaved and tan. Um, and it just becomes this whole process of like, oh yeah, let me get ready. I need to make sure that I'm starved so that I'm skinny, so that I
Yeah.
look good. So now I'm grumpy and I have to do a bunch of stuff. And then I have to get on a flight that's going to get delayed 5 times. I'm going to have to get a connection. I might get stuck somewhere. And then I get there. And then when I get there, it was all for nothing because I'm just going to sit backstage and eat food.
I mean, that's it's hard for me to complain about this kind of stuff because we did
It's
get
first
paid
world
very
problem. It's a
handsomely.
first world problem,
But
but at the end of the day, like it still sucks.
here's like the psychological damage. Not psychological. I'm so dramatic.
Psychological damage.
It slowly kind of eats away at you when every single week you shave your entire body, you get a tan, you work out like crazy, you diet like crazy. 2 days before the show, you barely eat anything so you can look your best. You get a haircut, you get all kinds of stuff, and then you get to the show and you don't do anything, or you don't even go to the show. And in those scenarios, it's like, well, I'm giving up. I'm eating a Domino's deep dish pizza.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that was the thing. Is like
But
I'd get to catering and I just like.
now, so that probably sounds like whatever, but imagine doing that for 3 or 4 months, and then the week that you decide to give up, and you don't tan and you don't shave, is the
Paragon
week that
Creed,
you're
thank you for the
booked.
subs.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Paragon. Um, the week that you decide to not do any of that shit, and you look like shit, and you're unshaven, and you're not tan, that's the week you have a match on TV, 2 segs. That's because that's just, I mean, yeah, and but even that, at least when we got to go to TV, but we weren't on TV, at least we were interacting with people, we were talking to writers, we were pitching stuff. Before it felt like it was a fool's errand, before we found out that there was nothing we could do,
Yeah.
there was an element of grinding and grinding and grinding. And when Vince was around, I'd go and try and talk to Vince. When Hunter was around, I'd go and try and talk to Hunter. We try. And by the time where they said, "Oh, we can't even afford to have these guys backstage because they might sneak on a match like we did," um,
And it's like maybe you tell me. I almost preferred the futility era of knowing that they were just like there was no chance. There's no like either some.
no,
So hear me out. I preferred that to pre-models like me and Dijak just trying to talk to Vince every week, just trying to get a word in, like because that's still futility. It was the same futility. It's futility,
I
but
know,
I
but
thought that something would happen.
I need to be working towards something. Even if it's futile, even if there's a 0.01% chance of it happening, I need to be working on something. That's why this entire 90 days, like, it's been a grind. And thank God for these streams, because I need to be doing something at all times. And now with indie dates, I'm talking like it's so much better, because if I don't have work, it's because I didn't make it for myself.
Yeah, it is. It's a much better feeling. Because what did you say? What did you say to me after we finished at DPW? It's like, oh, we finally got a W and we made it for ourselves. Like, it was like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, it's a thing where it's like,
it
you know
felt,
what? Now at this point, everything is on us, and I'm fine with failing on me. You know,
that was what that's exactly it. 100% right on the money.
I'm fine
All
with
we ever
failing.
wanted, all we ever wanted was
All we
to
ever wanted.
succeed or fail based on our merits. And it kind of felt like we never got that chance. And that's something that I had to reckon with right after getting released. But it's something that I've come to peace with, because when you get released or when you leave WWE, you finally get to show people, okay, put up or shut up. Here's what you were missing. Were they right or are you right?
Yeah.
And if they were right,
it's very
great.
confrontational, which is
I'll fade away. I'll fade away into the sunset. But what kind of makes me happy is that, so the day that we got released, I put out a 1 minute promo that got more attention and more. I didn't have to take down that promo. I had to take down a different promo.
It was requested.
I put out a 1 minute promo where I just talked, and I got to just be myself and talk. Not that I think playing a character is bad, but I just got to talk. And people were like, I was in that company for 5 years, and so many people, hundreds of people were like, I didn't know you could talk.
And why would they know?
And then we go to DPW and we get to cut a promo in the center of the ring with microphones in our hands, and we get to
in this ring, on this microphone,
this ring, under this roof. And people love that, and it was like, fuck, finally. And of course, part of it is the freshness of, oh, new. But another part of it is like being like, okay, we get to make this for ourselves. Whatever the product is, it's based on our talent. And if it's rotten, great, we'll quit the business.
Well, that's the thing. That was the thing too. Is like every step of the way. And we talked about last week about how we had that moment of silence when they were trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, so everybody on YouTube, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, find our video of us debuting, and you'll notice that when I pop out the curtain for a split second, it's just complete silence. And I tell you, in that split second, it felt like 10 hours to me, because I was like, my God.
It was so short.
They don't care.
It was less than a second.
But in my mind,
by the time I was out behind you, they completely understood what was going on and they freaked out. Right. It was awesome. But like, I think I said afterwards, I was like, yeah, if that didn't go well, I would have just called it a day and we would have found something.
If that didn't go well, if they didn't pop for us and they shit on us during our promo, I might have switched career paths.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We would have discussed what the next steps in our lives would have been on the way home.
That was so instrumental for our careers outside of WWE. Like post WWE, that first appearance.
So thank you to the DPW audience for that specifically, because
and no thank you to DPW management, who are not allowed to put over and we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah,
Johnny.
Wow, was that you really are CM Punk. You just hi Colt Cabana.
So it's so funny because like we cut that promo at DPW and Brennan like comes up to me after the promo. I'm buzzing because I feel like, oh, that went great. Like they loved it. The Office loved it. And Brennan comes up to me and he's like, why are you trying to be CM Punk out there, huh? He's fucking with me, but he knows, because I literally go up to every person backstage and I go, hey, what could I have done better? What could I have done better? What did you think? And usually they'll be like, are you serious? Why the fuck are you asking? But Brennan knows that, so he'll say something like that, and he knows.
I gotta bring you back down. You can't be too good. You can't be too good.
No, it's not because you're trying to bring him down. It's because you know that it's gonna be a little like tick in my brain now.
That's all I want.
Where it's like, oh my God, I sound like CM Punk, and we're
in an abusive relationship. I need to make sure you don't. You're never too good.
Yeah. See, Natural 9 Live. People go back and watch that promo. You're gonna realize.
Thank you, Pure.
Right. Pure, very nice. Right when I switch into Punk mode, and it's purely because as a kid, I was enamored with Punk because he was the first person to express the fact that he didn't drink. And even at like 10 years old, I was like, I'm never going to drink.
CM Punk bows before Allah.
And of course, it was for completely different reasons, right? Like I was not in that subculture. But Punk saying, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I was like, holy shit, he's me. That's me. He was the first Ryan Gosling. He was the first Drive.
So, okay, so consider this. You didn't sound you had a cadence that felt a little punkish at one point.
It was, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
And you know exactly where it was. But
100%.
Is that any different than how many people sound like Stone Cold 10 years after Stone Cold? How many people sounded like Hogan 10 years after like, you know, like you're influenced by the promo style that you liked, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Growing up.
Yeah, you make
and
a good point.
at some point, CM Punk was the promo style that
Flair's a big one people rip off too.
People sound like you have a similar.
And to be fair, like Hogan ripped off, you know, Billy Graham.
Yeah, it's a series of ripping off. It's just funny in this instance because of I guess Punk being a hot topic again. Like if Punk,
it is also him being in wrestling right now.
Yes.
Like sounding like somebody who is still wrestling, that's kind of iffy, right?
Yes.
When they've retired, yeah, sure. But I see what you mean. Yeah.
See MX
go out there and sound like Monty Brown. Samoa Joe, Fat Joe, Rhino, you a vegetarian. Bet when you were on NL streams with Johnny years ago, you never thought that one day you'd be wrestling for him IRL. Yeah, very bizarre. Yeah. Super cool. And I know we've said it before, but me and Brennan were super impressed with how professional and legit they run that show.
They are a legit show, like actually. And like, you know, many of you might have a little bit more indie experience than me. I only had one indie experience.
You finally admit it. You finally fucking admit it.
You might have a little bit more indie experience. I only wrestled in one place, which was also a very professional place that thought itself to be like kind of a step around NXT. Like they kind of wanted to do a reality wrestling. Booker really had the idea that he wants a performance center type thing. And actually, it's what the performance center became, in that it's like one building where they can film out of and they can also train out of. Production wise was very similar. There was always like TV set up for me. And so I very much understood what it was going to be like in WWE because Booker wanted to emulate that. I don't know how Johnny pulled that off because he's not been there.
I wonder because he worked in CZW, but I don't know if CZW was ran like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he was on the headset and they had the monitors and they were like, yeah, it was very legit.
Aside from obviously the venue was smaller, but it very much felt like a WWE show, which is crazy. Except for, you know, the creative back and forth that we had at the beginning.
Like when you're sitting in Gorilla and yeah, I see exactly what you. Sorry, people have been asking us questions.
Oh yeah, ask us questions.
But did you like Up Up Down Down? Boy,
did we like that was the only thing that made it worth it, those trips. Like where we weren't doing anything, because
if we didn't do anything, we'd film stuff for Up Up Down Down.
Woods, God bless him, gave us purpose. and
he legit
he gave us the keys at some point where he's just like, oh yeah, just film your own stuff, send it to the guys, they'll edit it. Like
he even said to us, hey, when I'm done, it's gonna be you guys. And I was like, wow. And I was ready. I was ready for that because I have loved Up Up Down Down since I was a freshman in college / senior in high school. The math's kind of hard to do, but we were like so honored by that that he had that trust in us. And who knows? Maybe it could still happen. I don't know.
Still happen.
But yeah, we were supposed to do the Next Up stuff, and it was supposed to end in a big fucking angle where it was going to be me and. Should we spoil it? Or, like, it could still happen. I don't know. Nah, you guys will forget it. So we were supposed to do on WrestleMania weekend a 2K match. It was going to be a tag match. Me and Brennan as the Next Up versus Breeze and Woods as Up Up Down Down. And at the end of the match, Breeze was going to turn on Woods. and fucking we were all gonna beat his character's ass and pin him. And Breeze was gonna reveal himself as the leader of the next up, and it was gonna be like an NWO situation where we're all taking over. Yeah, it would have been awesome, but you know, it is what it is.
Soul. That would have been soul. Well, that's the thing. Soul comes from just doing something you're having fun with. I think that's the formula. The formula is doing something that you're having fun with, whether or not people are seeing it, is soul. You know, if you're not just doing it for the views and the likes or whatever.
That's what I think soul is too. I think it has to be a lack of manufactured quality.
Yes.
Like when you can tell when things are made by a committee, right? And they have to hit this point and
it's all exactly the same. That's not soulful. That's the opposite.
And soul is a coin flip between horrible and the best thing ever.
Yes,
like that's the
it's the it's the genius curve, where like the average is very in the middle, but like in terms of like schizoids, they'll either be like geniuses or like complete washouts. That's what soul is about.
It's a coin flip.
Soul bad guy, yes.
It's TNA. Not TNA now. TNA back when we watched it.
TNA back in the day, yeah.
It was either awesome or horrible, but that's why I watched it.
Or it's NXT before you guys cared about it.
Yes, NXT when I loved it.
Yes. NXT on freaking
that's the era on Hulu.
On Hulu.
Yes. Yeah, back when it was like a few really good indie guys and some really green guys with awesome gimmicks or horrible gimmicks. Like, who remembers fucking Sylvester Lefort?
And Marcus Louis. Sylvester Lefort.
Just like, I love shit like that, where it's like, we're gonna throw some guys out there and they're just gonna try shit, and if they fail, they fail. But if they succeed, great. That's that's what
absolutely the Boliv era.
Oh, the Boliv era.
I thought the Boliv era was like transcendental. I thought this was like the next stage of baby faces and heels was Boliv. Maybe
Adam Rose is a crocodile hunter. He was more like Craven. Craven that's the Spider-Man villain. Yeah, he was like I think the angle that he pitched was he wanted to collect luchadors' masks or something like that.
Which rules.
Which is really cool. The problem is it's the same problem with any wrestling company outside of Lucha Underground. You can't kill people.
Yeah.
And like if you took someone's mask, they would have to be released or repackaged.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem with wrestling, is the stakes are never really that high because people don't go away. They just get fired or they quit, and then they have their last match and they quit. And that's the only time you really get that kind of finality.
I don't know where I have this. Maybe it was a pitch I did. I don't know where it came from, but it's in my head. Of kind of the same idea, where it's like you're a collector, like you're a trophy collector,
right?
And because what are you gonna just? How many luchadors can you take masks from?
Right, like what you'd have to get like local enhancement guys masks, and then what?
Right.
Like,
you could maybe... I think in the pitch that I had made at one point was like to take trophies, just like a predator. That must have been what the pitch was to be like the predator, and to take a piece of like something memorable about each person. So if it's their friggin' ponytail or something, or if it's this, if they have like a belt on their gear or a patch, and then you end up with like this belt that's just covered in all of these colorful different aspects of the people that you've beaten. I always thought
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like a belt of cool shit. Yeah.
Obviously.
I always like the idea
of my pitches. They didn't go for it.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do a Mega Man inspired gimmick.
Where you get the power of whoever you beat.
Every time I beat someone, I get to take one of their moves. Until my moveset is like just a mishmash of everybody's fucking... But of course you can't do that.
You only do finishers.
I'm like a SmackDown versus Raw 2008 creator wrestler. I'm just hitting fucking RKOs. And
you try and beat Randy in like a championship scramble match for like 1 second. You're like, yes, that counts. That counts. I get the RKO.
Oh yeah, right. And those multi-mans.
Yeah, the multi-mans. You just sneak a schoolboy just so you can steal the RKO.
Cody Rhodes has done that. Yeah, that's true.
In a way.
Kind of. Okay, so he never. No, he did beat Hunter. He did. That's right.
He beat
Fuck,
Hunter.
I always forget about
Common
that.
Rider,
Yeah,
thank you for subscribing.
So he took the pedigree because he beat Hunter.
When did he beat
He
Hunter?
took Goldust. He beat Hunter when he was in Legacy. Him and Ted DiBiase, believe it or
Wow.
not. Yeah, yeah. Not even with Randy, just him and Ted DiBiase.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, yeah.
They beat DX.
I think they beat Hunter in a handicap, or maybe they did beat DX. Of course, Goldust. He does the drop punch.
Well,
Um,
I figured that's just because they're brothers.
he does the Osprey cutter. Oh yeah, he does the Osprey cutter. Is there anything else he like adopted? Oh, he does the, of course, the Bobcore kick to the gut hung up on the ropes.
Which was his first feud, right?
Yes, he turned on Bobcore. Yeah. My friend just rated Ray versus Eddie Halloween Havoc a 1.5 out of 10. What should I do? What does he want? Is his favorite kind of wrestling like Lou Thez versus George Hackenschmidt? Fucking chinlock for 30 minutes. I'm sure that match is actually awesome. Well, maybe not.
It
I
is.
don't
It's Eddie and Ray at Halloween.
know. No. I'm talking about Hackenschmidt versus Gotch.
You're burying Hackenschmidt. The report tomorrow is going to be Hackenschmidt saying that you're the everybody agrees that you're a parasite on this industry.
No chance either of them are still alive. Rest in
they
peace.
are. They're just not.
No way.
Yeah, they are.
They were very old. That's a fucking amazing match. But I can see how you wouldn't like it if you like more improvised wrestling.
It feels like the only way you wouldn't like it is if you are like a weird old school purist. Because it's not a spotty match. It's like a fun. It's like the. It's like.
It's a spotty
lucha.
match, but that's okay.
It's spotty, but it's like the right kind of lucha for an American audience.
But I would say that, so my philosophy with wrestling has always been that there's no such thing as the wrong way to wrestle. It's just that it's like a genre of a movie. As long as you're doing what you're doing well, then it's a good match. That's my personal belief.
Yeah.
So there are very good technical matches. There are very good comedy matches. There are very good spot fest matches. There are very good slow narrative driven matches. I mean, for God's sake, during COVID, we had matches where people were delivering monologues. Like that was the closest we had to actual
theater in the round.
Yeah, theater in the round. Ironically, without the actual audience involved. But yeah, there's a good way. Who's the David Lynch of wrestling? I would say that David Lynch of wrestling is probably that one match in Noah during the pandemic where I think it was Kaito and Nakajima. No. I forgot his name. But it's a bald, bigger guy. Old guy. Sorry, I forgot his name. And other than they stare at each other 30 minutes. Fujita, yes, thank you. I'm not even shitting you, Brennan. They just stared at each other in complete silence for 30 minutes. And it's not just them. The young boys are on the apron with the towels just watching.
It's their spiritual pressure. Their stands are fighting.
It's fucking awesome. I'm a robot. Should I hang up and come back?
No, you cleared up. It was
okay.
Your internet was crapping out for a second, but it's all right.
Somebody mentioned the Bray Wyatt John Cena match. Yeah, that is very Lynchian. No, really, that is a very Lynchian match. Yeah.
It was awesome too.
It's fun. It was awesome, and
no, you're roboting again. You might need to call back.
Not a robot for me.
What?
What'd you say?
Okay, you're back.
Okay. F, are we gone?
No, no. I think it was
back.
It was just you. But we're back. You're still back.
I was gonna say I always thought it was weird that pro wrestling is the only medium. It's the only form of storytelling where the most popular version of that product is slower and narrative driven and methodical, and the niche form of wrestling is fast paced, crazy action with no slowing down and no stops. Everything else,
you compared it to action movies, right?
Right. In an action movie, the Fast and the Furious and fucking any big action movie, it's just bam, 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 bam. We don't need to care about the fucking stakes and the dialogue and the characters and the writing. We just want explosions and transformers. But then like the slower, more drama, like that kind of shit, it's not as sort of Hollywood blockbuster. But in wrestling, the slower fucking chinlock shit is the most popular product, and the inverse is true. And I always wondered why that was. Chat, maybe you can offer some
Is
insight. I
it
don't know,
because
Brennan.
it's like the action is obviously slower, but the I would say ideally in WWE it's a lot more like the freaking Terry Taylor, the like it's much more like you're animated,
Animated,
you're
ideally.
um you know, the emotions are bigger than say
Yeah.
like the emotions of a WWE match are bigger and more back and forth than like a fast paced like at most those kind of matches will have a stop where everybody can ooh and then they have like a cool anime
Well,
stare down.
it's weird because like when I show my friends, my normie friends wrestling, they don't want to fucking see I don't know, what's a good example? They don't want to see a slow 20-minute match where there's limb work and it builds to the finish, where there's like holds and shit. They want to see Osprey Ricochet. Like
No,
that's the shit that
but
they.
what they do want to see is the and I disavowed the creator of it is wrestling isn't wrestling where somebody explains a long story. You're roboting.
Internet. Hold on. Let me switch internets.
Uh-oh, we're gonna
Hey.
lose him, chat.
Oh, I don't know. You're back. What did you
I'm
say?
back. I said
Yeah.
you're right about that, but what they really want is they want, and we disavow the creator of this is wrestling isn't wrestling, where somebody explains the long process of a story being told, and
Oh,
then they show you. They
I was
want
like, who's the creator? Oh,
they want a video essay that explains the drama and the ups and downs over the course of several years, and then they want to see that match where somebody also explains this is a reference to this and this is a reference to this.
I genuinely believe all that shit is headcanon. I'm sorry.
It's always
All
headcanon. Every
all
like
that shit is headcanon.
it's always headcanon.
It's like all that shit about Hunter and Benoit and Daniel. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Because I am thinking at the WrestleMania 30 match, Hunter puts Brian in the crossface, and then Brian goes to for the rope break, and then Hunter does Benoit's move where he rolls him back, and that's what makes Hunter tap in WrestleMania 20. 10 years later, that's what he tried to do on Brian. So maybe there was an intent there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Maybe, but
Headcanon stuff.
maybe also like there's only so many things you can do with a crossface.
Yeah, maybe.
And it could literally be as simple as you look like you're gooning right now. It's kind of crazy.
I look like I'm gooning.
Yeah. Look at the
What is
stream.
it?
Look at the stream
Oh,
and look at yourself.
I look like I'm jerking off. All right, let me. I have. Let me pick. Hold on. Let me switch
He's
internet.
got a bicycle. Rico, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Any one of you can subscribe with Prime for free, and you can avoid a deluge of ads that will come for you in time.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
You're not jerking it anymore. You're not.
I
can hear you.
edged.
I can hear you.
Hello, how's it going? Yeah, somebody said that they think it's just production value, and that's probably true. Yeah.
Production value is definitely higher. But do you
I
think
always like what?
you can't do it? You can't do a 3-hour show of Spot Fest though.
No, it burns you out. Yeah,
It would
that's true. I
completely burn you
coped.
out.
Yeah, I coped. Rated R cope. Yeah, you can't do a 3-hour spot fest where every match is like that. No chance. You get blown. Your brain would get blown sky high because it's just diminishing returns, right?
Whoa, Rico Suave, thank you for the 10 tier 1 gift subs.
You look so good to me. Wow, thank you, Rico, our favorite member of
all you
Billy
had to
and
do
Chuck.
was jerk it.
Rico was like, I gotta fucking give them gift subs now. No, don't clip that. Don't fucking clip
They
that.
did clip it. Make sure you post that.
Bastard.
Post that to our dirt sheet.
No, do not post that to our dirt sheet. Our official
Maybe
dirt sheet.
maybe we should have our own dirt sheet.
You want to start a dirt sheet?
We should start a dirt sheet, and we could
Chat
like
thoughts on?
we could go around to all these different promotions like detectives, and then like get all the scoops.
You know what? That might be a good idea, and we can charge everybody $5 a month to get the
Yeah.
good scoops. Put it behind a paywall.
And then give the bad scoops for free.
I don't know, Miss Kate Fabe. What do you think about that? Huh? You ready for some more
You
competition?
ready
Huh?
for some competition?
How many fucking subscribers does Fightful have? Premium Select. I know one of them. They're in my group chat. Fucking Dizjizz.
Yeah, Dizjizz.
Oh, man. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is the run sheet. I don't care,
Dijak, I know this is how you find out how you're booked, but I don't care. You know what
So,
my favorite Dijackism is? Is telling us about how much he hates things that are on TV, and we're like, why are you watching, bro?
we don't care, dude.
None of
Bro,
us are watching.
you're the only one that works there. We don't care.
I'm here to tell you, we don't care.
We don't care. We don't care.
We don't care.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't
We
care.
don't care.
10,600 fucking subscribers?
That's pretty
Yo.
good.
That's for how
that's
much a
more than
month?
us on Twitch.
That's pretty goddamn good.
How do we get that? How do we get that?
Well, what is that? $5 a month?
What if we sold this Twitch stream to you? And then we take 50-50.
Oh my god, she's right. CM Punk is like the main driver of that revenue because he's always in the dirt sheets, he's always doing some shit, and people want to subscribe so they get the fucking scoop right away. That's crazy. We should tell everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
We were there when Punk went to Raw. While he was in AEW.
Yeah, when he broke in.
Yeah. That was a crazy
Who did
day.
we see him talking to? And I said,
Miz.
It was Miz. Yeah. I was like, you're never gonna believe this, but CM Punk is in there talking to the Miz.
I said bullshit. Yeah, right.
You didn't believe me.
No fucking shot because we were in Chicago.
I said we're in Chicago, bro. He's here. He's here, right? It's funny when you like you can track what wrestler is getting clicks because like it'll just be dumb stories about like remember the whole year of LA Knight push expected soon.
Oh
like
yeah,
the entire news report was just like LA Knight push expected soon.
Yeah,
every week.
Yeah,
and everybody like ah.
Yeah, it was a huge fucking engagement generator. Was anything about Ricker? Yeah, Sean. Fuck, I don't know what to call it. It's so hard. Like, I don't want to call him LA because that's not like a name.
Knight.
I don't want to call him Knight or LA.
It's like what was that article we were reading where somebody was calling Bully Ray Dudley or Bubba Ray Dudley Ray?
Ray. I was like, who the fuck is Ray?
They talking to Ray Rowe or Ray Mysterio or like
or Ray Romano?
Yeah.
Eli? Yeah, I mean, I guess I never called
him about Bubba Ray, and I was like, that's his middle name.
I never called him Eli. We called him Sean or Ricker. We called him by his real name. I don't know why. Slate. I called him Slate Randall.
Dawkins unironically calls him Slate.
Yeah, because they were together.
They go way back.
Jay Tata, thank you so much for subscribing. Hey yo.
Hey yo.
The Knights. Yeah, we were backstage in Chicago. And Brennan comes up to me and says, CM Punk's here. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah.
You were like, no.
We go downstairs and there he is, sure enough, talking to the Miz. And I'm like, should we shake his hand? Like, should we say hello? I don't know. Because at any given moment, I felt like he was going to get kicked out.
And it got out to the sheets immediately.
Yeah.
Like within seconds.
And I remember asking Mike, my close personal friend, we're on a first name basis.
Thank you for subscribing. Eat, pray, poo. Eat,
pray, poo. We were like, Miz, like, what was that about? Like, why was Punk talking to you? And he was like, oh, he was just apologizing for, burying me. And I was like, that's fair. Because, like, I remember when I was, like, 13 or 14 watching that CM Punk documentary where it's about Punk and the Miz is being interviewed. And Miz is like, Punk's awesome. He has a tremendous work ethic. He always wants to be the best. And that's what I respect about him. And then it cuts to Punk and Punk goes, I don't know why the fuck a chuckle fuck like the Miz.
They put the Miz in the main event
I
of
cannot. It
WrestleMania.
was such an insult. They basically spit on my face. They basically fucking broke into my home, stripped me of all my possessions, spit on my face, and threw me out my window by putting the Miz in the main event of WrestleMania. They basically pissed on my grave by putting the Miz in the main event of WrestleMania. And when I watched it, I was like, well, it's so funny. And this is how you know he's the greatest talker of all time. Because as a kid, I went, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. They screwed you. They screwed you. And then as an adult, we're like, no, what the fuck? Like the Miz is amazing.
What is wrong
like
with you?
And he only put you over. He said Miz is the Red Rooster, and they both sucked. Oh, now he's just insulting
now
both
he's
of our
talking about
close
our Uncle Terry.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, burying the Miz and R-Truth is like crazy because like knowing them both, they're the best fucking guys ever.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
How could I couldn't understand how Truth would have a single enemy.
No, Truth, I don't. Yeah, me neither. Ron's amazing. Oh, you were talking about JBL on commentary? What? I didn't know JBL hated Terry Taylor. Wow, that's crazy. But you know, it's wrestling, right? It's like
everybody's especially those guys from that
especially
era.
the really, really, really successful people.
Yeah,
they're always doing shit like that, and that's why I think we're never going to be top guys ever.
We had that discussion afterwards where we were like, yeah, we don't have what it takes to be top guys.
We just don't. We just don't have what it takes. I take an hour to plan an email. I'm like drafting emails all day, and it'll take me an hour. I'll take an hour to draft a text to somebody that I don't really know, professionally. And these people will just go up to people and go, "Fuck you,
yeah,
push me, put me in WrestleMania,
and
or
everybody,
I quit."
And everybody sucks. Everybody sucks, but me.
Yeah, I just.
Oh no, you know that's what we were talking about. It was
I'm just a loser.
We were talking about Shawn and Diesel.
Oh like, yeah, that's right.
How can you like they were interviewing Shawn and they were interviewing Kevin Nash, and he's talking about I go into this main event with Shawn, and he says he's gonna. I mean, he didn't tell me. He just started blowing me up, and Shawn can take a power bomb by himself, but that was the worst jackknife I ever gave. And then he's like, and you guys are still friends after that? And he was like, yeah. I mean, he just wanted my spot, and I was like, I would never imagine doing that to. I could never do that to you, Maddie. If we had a match,
yeah.
If we had a match, and I would if it would be the other way around because I'm Diesel, you're Shawn. It would be the other way around, and could you imagine me getting a big push, and then you being like, yeah, I'm gonna ruin that.
I would legit be taking food out of your children's mouths.
My kids, who you love, you like, know and love my kids.
So Nash says that Shawn is his best friend, and they're in WrestleMania. It's not the main event because Bam Bam's wrestling Lawrence Taylor, and Shawn desperately wants that title, desperately, and he wants that spot so bad that he intentionally sabotages the match to make his best friend look bad. And then Kevin's like, yeah, whatever. What?
What do you mean, whatever?
There must be some kind
of fight you.
There must be some kind of mindset difference there that there's like there's a cognitive dissonance that I can't comprehend. You're not my best friend if you try to ruin my fucking career.
Yeah, my best friend wouldn't try and ruin my livelihood.
But I think to them it's like, oh, they're just trying to get ahead. I would do the same thing. It's like, oh no, I couldn't. I couldn't do the same thing. And that's in some ways that's a bad thing.
Gen Xers.
Gen
Xers.
A very
Gen X mindset. Yeah, that's my
especially
friend. We go to war together.
Especially nowadays, where if you get a push and it goes badly, you're done. You're fucked. Like
it's just over.
It's over. You know, you don't get to jump ship to WCW and become the biggest fucking stable of all time. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. I just think especially with how paranoid everybody is about losing their spot and everything. It's like fuck. And then Nash. What were you gonna say?
You said we're in our what era of click are we in? We're in the
Oh, we're in the just got fired from WCW
WCW era. Yeah, that's where we
So,
are.
we're basically in the what we're hoping optimistically because we were listening
Optimistically.
to this we're listening to this Nash shoot, and he was like, "Yeah, I got fired from WCW because I wasn't related to Dusty, so I didn't get a push." And I don't know if Scott got fired from WCW or if he just quit or if his contract just ran out. But we were like, "Fuck, fingers crossed. This is our post Oz, post Vinny Vegas, post the Diamond Stud era,
Which
and we'll move on to
kind
something."
of very much apply. It's like we were very much Oz and Vinny Vegas.
Right? Kinda, right? I mean, shit. I mean, Brennan, you certainly are a Scott Hall, Kevin Nash type. I don't really think I have a one-to-one parallel, but I'm
In the
hoping.
modern era, you're at least Scott Hall size.
Well, yeah, you think so?
In
In the
modern era,
modern,
yeah, yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm like I'm about 200 right now.
Yeah. That's much
Yeah.
bigger than some of the
It's,
world beaters.
who becomes Mankind and who's Stone Cold? Oh, because they also got fired from WCW. I think Swerve's already got one of those
And
locked
Swerve
in.
is definitely on his way to being Stone Cold, which is awesome.
Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, if all goes well, I'm gonna sound like such a bitter ex. If all goes well, I want to be in that group with Swerve. I want me, Brennan, and Swerve to be in that group where it was like, holy shit, how did they fumble these
Yeah,
guys? How'd they fumble them?
that would be ideal.
But I don't want my career to be centered around like the company
Bitterness,
that you know what I mean? Yeah, bitterness, right?
bitterness.
I don't
Yeah,
want it
you don't want to succeed in spite of somebody. You want to just succeed.
exactly. But
Which
also I
to
am
that
a
point, to that
uh-huh.
point, maybe we don't have what it takes to be, a scumbag to our friends. But if we can succeed out of spite, I feel like that's more in my lane of something that I'm willing to do. I'll succeed
Succeeding
out
out
of
of
spite.
spite.
Yeah.
Like trying to be as successful as possible just to make people feel bad.
Yeah. No, I'll
Not for
definitely
our
do
own
that.
sake.
I just want people to like constantly post on Twitter L for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. L WWE
L
L. How'd you fumble these guys?
Hi WWE L for fumbling these guys.
I don't know. It's like I know objectively I shouldn't care about that, but it's hard. It's hard because
Because
it is like bitter X stuff.
we're
Because
only
we got broken
human
up with.
after all.
We're only human
And
after
after
all.
all.
Yeah, we have families, so it's like yeah, the way that wrestlers are, we're gonna love the indies until we don't, and then we're gonna say what's next,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna work every promotion that we want to, and then it's gonna be like what's next, what's next, what's next? Because we're just that's the way wrestlers are. We're never content.
We're
We're never
ravenous.
satisfied. We're never satisfied, or at least that's kind of how wrestlers should be. We're never satisfied with what we have, no matter how good it is, and that's why you have guys at the tippy top who are still miserable because they aren't as successful as they want to be, or they don't feel like their spot is as secure. JCW, whoop whoop.
That would be awesome.
I'd love to do that.
That would
Oh,
be
we should be the
amazing.
models at JCW.
We'd be for the
That would be great.
homies.
Or we could be furries
The
maybe to honor Violent J's
Violent J's
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah. Ah, boy.
Which is also why like when we get any comparison to Cardona, I'm like that is a ravenous man that's just
Oh my
devouring
god.
every opportunity that he makes for himself, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, if our two powers combined can equal one Cardona.
I don't think I simply cannot work as hard as he does
He works
for everything
so hard.
outside of the he like all the shit that he does with the merch and the plugs and the deals that he makes.
He's got his podcast.
I'm just not that smart.
He's
I'm just
always
not.
working.
I'm not that smart. I'm struggling to make a cameo. That's how bad I am with like trying to make money off of this thing. I think that was the best thing about WWE is that I just had to live week to week and I was getting paid a lot of money. But like now it's like we we
Now
have to work for
we're
ourselves.
swimming in the ocean
Yeah, it's
without a
rough.
life raft.
Yeah. I would love to see you do shows in DDT. Yeah, that's something we definitely want to do. Hey, I don't like to be that guy that says tell
I do.
promotions.
Tell the promotion to hire us. I'll be that guy. I'll be the guy.
Um,
Bother them forever.
I love bothering promotions. I absolutely do. I just don't
You
like. I
love
don't know
bothering
if I
them
love.
in their DMs. I want you to bother them on their social media until they get sick of us and have to hire us out of spite, and then they hate us, and then we
I
have to
am.
go somewhere else.
I have no shame. I'm DMing promotions. I'm emailing promotions. I'm
I have much
fucking
more. I
every.
have much more issue with cold reach out than like I'm very thankful for you in that regard because I don't like just reaching out to somebody who I've never spoken to before
I'm
without.
fine with it because
It's helping because we have connections.
okay, chat. Rate my reach out email. Okay, let's do a
Don't
live
don't
workshop.
don't expose that you have one reach out email.
This is my like big one. Okay, I have different reach out emails, but I'm gonna read this as like a default. Okay,
Keep in mind that
let's
he
see.
was also much worse at this a week ago.
Yeah, Damo helped me a lot.
Thanks for the bits.
All right, let me find a reach out email. Reach out email. Reach out email. Or maybe I'll do it on my Twitter DMs. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, this was one of the first I did. Okay. This is one of the first reach out messages I did, and then I'll read to you the revised edition. Hello, this is Mansoor Al-Shehail, reaching out to you because on December 20th, my contract with WWE will end, and I'll be open for work again. Blank referred me to you and your promotion, which I've only heard great things about. I'll be available for
Blank.
singles. Yeah, Blank. I'm not going to say who referred me. I'll be available for singles and
We
tags
have
with my
three
partner
friends.
ma.ce. Would love to work with and for you in the future. I thought that was fine, right?
It's not
But then
personal.
Damon was like, why aren't you telling them who you are? You're just gonna assume they know who you are. It's very fucking egotistical of you. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't know I had to give my fucking CV, my resume. I didn't know I had to give my life story. Okay. So then here's what we ended up with. Okay, after working it out. All right. All right. Where is this? Here it is. Hello, Blank. My name is Mansoor Al-Shehail. I worked with WWE as Mansoor for 5 years. I am most well known for winning the largest battle royal in WWE history, facing Claudio Castagnoli, Dolph Ziggler, and Mustafa Ali on pay-per-view, and teaming with Mace as the
I wish I
maximum
could
male
do that.
models. My friend, I was in
I
Retribution,
was in
and,
Retribution, and I did commentary. I stood up to Brock Lesnar before
and
he
he
put
beat
me
my
through the
ass.
table.
My friend Blank gave me your email. He has put
That's why
blah blah
you
blah blah
send out the
blah.
first email. It sounds more impressive.
I'm like attached our promotional pictures of us, and then I put our sweet.
And
Look how
god
fucking
dang, do I look good in those
look how
pictures.
jacked we are. Look how goddamn. How are you not going to book these guys?
You know what my
Okay.
favorite one is? Ironically, is the one if you go to our t-shirt page, which you should anyway, if you go to foryourwear.com/mxm, our picture is one of the model ones, and I look shreddy,
Look at these
shreddy
motherfuckers.
spaghetti. I got
Look
like
at these
a
motherfuckers.
10 pack. Mansoor looked like Bruno Sammartino.
Who's horny in the chat? Paragon Creed. Unbelievable.
Just send dick
Control yourself.
pics.
Control yourself. Do I send dick pics? No, I don't send dick pics. Chat, is there anything I
That's
can
for
do
the
better?
customs. That's for the
Give your
customs.
cage match score. I'm not doing that. It's
Oh my
horrible.
gosh! You imagine? I
Ugh.
have a cage match score of 8.7.
Cage match score. Recently, I've been sending them our DPW debut and being like,
That's
here's our first appearance. Check out the response. Like, we really want to do
I
that
think we
for.
should lean into, and I say this knowing that everybody's listening. I think we should lean into the fact that we have like a very strong online presence, and by working with us, people will see your promotion in a way,
Yeah,
in a different audience that wouldn't
there has to be a
necessarily
way
see
to
it.
word that isn't like shitty, but I know what you mean.
I mean, I don't even think that's bad. It's just like, hey, listen, it, it sounds bad when you say we're influencers, but in a way we are. We have an audience of people that follow us and will follow us to places, and that is good for you. Promotion.
That's true. Iberbuki has a good idea. We should probably reach out to fucking Moist Critical.
We should,
We
and
should,
we
right?
can because I've seen him in Tommy's ring,
Yeah, there's
so
something there for
that's somebody
sure.
I know. Yeah.
Virgil, thanks for the bits. Did you thank Virgil for the bits?
No. Thanks.
CM Punk and former Max Dupree models reunite to shock the system with Undisputed Era 2.0. Great fantasy booking. Punk.
Here's how
LA
I
Knight,
would write the.
Here's how I would book the Maximum Male Models reunion
2.0.
Hood Slam. Oh, please, it's a given. I mean, just wait for the poster to drop, okay?
Not you spoiling.
I'm not spoiling it. It's a fucking given.
Your,
they said it on.
You're right.
They said it on the last show that I was coming. They just haven't posted it on the internet yet. Did you let ChatGPT write that email? Fuck you, Kudo.
That's what it gives.
God
It gives
damn
a
it.
little bit.
Manny can be the horny guy of the team. And like, why are you saying that like that's a given in every team? Why is there? You think there's a horny guy in every stable?
The horny. Who's okay? Let's go through some teams. Who's the horny one?
All right, Edge and Christian. Edge is the horny one.
Yeah, Edge.
Obviously. Matt and Jeff. I'd say
Jeff.
I don't feel like that's true.
No, people are horny for Jeff.
But Jeff gives off an air of like sexless charisma.
Yeah.
Like people want to have sex with him, but he kind of feels like he doesn't give a fuck.
But he denies it. Yeah.
I feel like it's Matt.
Yeah, Matt would be the horny one, maybe.
Bubba and Devon. Nope, it's Devon. We know for a fact it's Devon.
It's Devon. If you look at
WDW, how could you even suggest it's not Devon? The man had Turkish porn all over his Twitter. He liked like 15 Turkish porn videos. And he also like
I was sending it to my friend.
He was trying to send it to, and it was like Turkish cuckold porn, which is perhaps the most niche porn you could possibly have. First of all, cuckold fine. Turkish cuckold? Why Turkish? What do the Turks have to do?
It's a beautiful language.
What else?
DX.
Sean, of course.
Sean, yeah.
Sean's to this day, we look at the women that are in NXT.
I love the new meme because they just had that tryout. The new meme is like Shawn Michaels showing up in an Instagram girl's DMs.
Yeah.
What's your background? Cosplay.
Motor City. Ooh, that's tough. They're both. I feel like it's Sabin. Shelly feels too.
Does Shelly feel pure to you?
Shelly feels pure. I think Shelly's a I think not a virgin in a bad way. I think Alex Shelley is sort of like he's taken a vow of celibacy to prove that he is in fact spiritually that powerful.
That's what I do, and you make fun of me for it.
No, don't clip that. It's not an insult. I mean that.
No, this is how our feud starts in DPW. Alex Shelley is a virgin.
When I talk to Alex Shelley, I'm like, this guy's ascended. Like he just sounds smarter than me by a lot.
That's what. Yeah.
I'm sure he has a EMP. Having a wife and kids does not prevent you from being a virgin. Look at Brennan.
Let's go.
Imperium, please.
In order to
Kate.
It's
fucking what's his new name? Ludwig. It's Ludwig. Oh, please.
Ludwig.
And you have no idea.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. You have no clue.
You have to, in order to become ascended, you have to ascend Kum. You can't become like Kum will always weigh you down on this earth.
Yeah, Jannetty is the only hornier man than Shawn Michaels. So somehow
the rare double horny.
Jimmy or Jay? Wow, that's tough.
I don't know.
It's got. I think it's Jay.
You think it's Jay is the horny one?
I think Jay's the horny
Mind
one.
you,
yeah.
chat. This is because we have established that there's always a chaste and a horny one in a team.
There has to be.
Yeah, there has to be.
Schism? Schism?
Who's the horny one in Schism?
Wait, are you talking about all of Schism or just the GYV?
Who just calls GYV, who is known as GYV, as Schism?
I don't know. Kate's a big Schism fan. If you're saying between Gacy and Drake and Gibson and Simone or Ava, Who's the horny one? I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that.
I'm not gonna
answer the no high school factions.
DIY. Who's the horny one? It's Gargano, Johnny. It's Johnny. and it's sort of he. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Tajiri or Regal? Tajiri. No, actually.
No, it's gotta be Tajiri.
Yeah, it's Tajiri. It's
gotta be Tajiri.
Yeah. What are you guys shocked that Johnny gets horny? Come on. What do you think? Because he just because he fucking he's a married man? You don't think he's
Who's the horny one in Bussy? I think that's the rare double horny.
Oh my god. Yeah, the rare double horny. The rare double horny.
Which means, like DX, you know what that means? No you know what that means? That means one of them is going to end up being genetic.
Alpha Academy? Come on, that's not even a fucking question. You know the answer to that.
Easily Otis. Come on.
Come on. It's not even it's like that's the most difference. Like that's the highest.
That's actually their characters, is the horny one and the chaste one.
Yeah, that's true. Young Bucks, the two Christian boys. We don't really know them that well, so I don't know if I can really say, to be honest with you.
3.0.
Road Dogg or Mr. Ass? Wow, that's really tough because Mr. Ass has an entire song about ass. But
is it not about his ass?
But Road Dogg part of his finish is he dry humps you. So I don't really know. I think it's Road Dogg because at least Mr. Ass doesn't like dry hump you.
No, Mr. Ass is he's autosexual.
He's autosexual.
He loves his own
MXM.
ass.
I mean, it's me. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
There's no.
I'm trying to be Al-Shehail and ascend.
Yes, Brennan is the Al-Shehail. Kai and Tai, Taka, no question.
But who tried to choppy the pee-pee?
If anything, chopping off the pee-pee is the opposite of horny.
That's very Catholic.
Hogan or Savage? First of all, that's a trick question. They weren't a real tag team. Okay, I don't accept two main eventers as a tag team. Okay,
it's like saying Hunter and Stone Cold.
The Bar, Sheamus. The Authority. That's like a lot of guys, but the answer is Seth. Kane. X Factor. It's got to be fucking X-Pac.
It's got to be X-Pac.
Ruder Ziggler. Come on, you don't ask me that. You know the answer to that question. Dudley Boys. We already said it was Devon. Omega Ibushi.
Who was the Shield?
The Shield. Okay, so it's not Roman.
Roman is chaste.
But between Seth and Dean, it's tough because Dean is the titty master.
He is the titty master. But Seth is stupid sexy Seth.
Yeah, and Seth. That's tough because I feel like Dean locked in Renee pretty quick. So I think it's got to be Seth for me.
That's got to be Seth.
And it really brings me back to all the fan fiction yaoi from 2013 and 14.
What, did Roman just have to watch it in those?
Because it was obviously between FTR or
I don't know.
FTR, who's the horny one? Brennan, you actually know them, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this isn't a character judgment.
Profits. That's actually
famous wife guy, Montez.
I know, but like, have either of them in our interactions with them?
You can be horny for your wife.
Yeah, of course.
And Montez is that.
Openly. Yeah, but like, has Docs ever like openly drooled over like a fucking One Piece character or anime girl?
No.
Has he ever been like, damn, Nico Robin, damn?
He doesn't. He does.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't.
We have literally only talked about anime fights.
Shit.
Retribution is Shane. Come on.
It's Shane. There's no question. It's Shane. Slapjack. Judgment Day. Dirty Dom. Gotta be Dirty Dom.
Is it Dirty Dom or is it Rhea?
It's actually Damien.
It's actually Damien.
And that's a shoot.
And that's the motherfucking T.
Enzo and Cass. I don't really know. I don't know, to be honest with you. Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn? El Generico, super horny wrestler.
Yeah. He has so many kids.
Men on a mission, Mo. King Mo. Or not King Mo, just Mo.
King Mo.
I don't think he was king. No, Mabel was king.
No, Mabel
yeah.
was king.
Yeah. Viscera, no question. Yeah, of course. He's fucking humping. Techno Team 2000. I couldn't give you a single. I think is what's his name in that team? The son of a promoter. What the fuck was his name?
Techno Team 2000?
Yeah, Techno Team 2000. Techno.
Who was in Techno
maybe
Team 3000?
Probably the worst name for a fucking team of all time. Travis and Troy. Yes, one of them was the son of Bill Watts. Eric Watts. That's who I was thinking. Yeah. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna say Eric Watts. He was in TNA for a while. Legacy? I feel like it's Cody.
Is it Rand? Could it be Randy?
Cody's got a fucking legendary run. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And Cody's taste in women is amazing.
It's peak.
It's peak. If any of you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say anything. But Cody, his list of partners is among the greatest of all time. Is this gross? Is this gross for us to talk about?
Well, no, because we're not talking about character. We're talking about vibes.
All right, Chad, if this is gross, just let us know, okay? Because these are people we know. Sheik or Volkov? Sheik, 100%. The stories that we've heard about Sheik, I couldn't say without getting banned on Twitch. New Day?
All right, we're ending the segment.
Nexus? It's got to be Michael Tarver. Got to be Michael Tarver.
Titty Master Tarver.
Oh, do you know what the fun fact you just found out today?
What?
You know this. We're getting we're exploring options for printing T-shirts, right? Because it's very expensive to print the hundreds of shirts we need for our indie dates. So we're getting quotes from a bunch of people.
Because everybody wants it. They're selling like hotcakes, especially the sweatshirts.
Of course, online you can only get them one place, which is foryourwear.com.
Exclusive.
/MXM. But as far as having to carry them around, we're looking around, and one vendor was like, "So what are these shirts for?" I'm looking at these designs, and Brennan's wife goes, "Oh, they're pro wrestlers," and the guy's like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, they were actually in WWE, and they just got released, and now they're going to be on the indies, and they're selling it all. They're going to try to sell them everywhere they go."
And he says, "Who are they?"
And the guy goes, "No." The guy goes, "Yeah, I'm aware."
Oh yeah.
And she goes, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Yeah, I follow WWE pretty closely, actually." And she's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually, I'm related to somebody who works there." And she goes, "Who?" And he goes, "Triple H."
He's my uncle.
And she goes, he says, "Triple H is my uncle." Yeah. And we were like,
if only we had ordered T-shirts sooner.
Yeah, if only we had, we would have broken the terms of our contract by selling our own T-shirts. Yep, that was an eye boggler. Lenny Kravitz and the Arabic guy from Lost. You're talking about
us? Where did that
what was
come
his name?
from?
Was it Hussein? Was it Hussein?
No,
was his name Hussein?
It was I wish Zero was here.
Arab
Saeed,
guy in
Saeed?
Lost.
Saeed?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Saeed.
Cody's literally being horny on Maine right now. See, I told you.
That's the thing. It's not a judgment. It's not a character judgment. It's about who would be more openly horny about anything. You're allowed to be horny about your wife. That's allowed. That in theory you should be. But
oh, it's a picture of his wife. Yep. Yeah, he is horny posting. It's true.
Well, I'm going to respectfully not look.
Oh. Should we talk about the Kids Next Door thing that happened today?
Yeah, that was so cool.
So I don't know how many of you we would even know about this. I feel like our audience is either too young or too old.
Chat.
And
What do you know
chat,
about
type in
Kids
your
Next
age.
Door? Type in your age. Give us ages.
I want everybody just put in a number and give us how
And
old you
don't
are,
lie.
because this is, and don't fucking lie. Okay?
I actually want to know because okay. 20s.
Okay.
They know it. Low 20s. A lot of low 20s.
19. Is that the youngest?
No,
44.
I saw 17.
Let's go, Gen Xer.
Gen X. Gen X.
47. Hell yeah. I love seeing people in their 40s. I want to see a 50. Can we get a 50 in the chat? Anybody in their 50s?
32,
That's
but
crazy.
I have a kid. That's no excuse. I'm 32 and I have 3 kids.
Bacon Incident. Are you in your 50s?
WDW is getting there.
You're 94, Kate. You look great.
I don't believe you. So, chat, you know what Kids Next Door is, the cartoon on the Cartoon Network, correct? And not you, 16-year-old, you stinky baby, you stinky, stupid baby.
Yo, this isn't your skibbity toilet, okay?
Yeah.
This is a real TV show.
Yes, yes. Skibbity bop, beep, beep. Yeah, everybody knows. So, obviously. So, okay, let's talk about how we even came upon the design that's selling so well anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it right there. We were looking at our entrance themes, and the band we were looking at, Mansoor was looking into the band, and he saw that they had a tour date, and on their tour date, they had like Kids Next Door versions of themselves, and Manny was like, "Oh yeah, we should totally rip that off for a shirt at some point." Me being me, I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So the next day, I get on the tablet and I bust that out, and then I send it to him, and he's like, "That's great." And then I sent it to our contact at For Your Wear, and the shirts went up like that day. And so now we're kind of affiliated in a way with Kids Next Door because it's our probably more popular shirt. And what did you do? You messaged your deep lore about sending an email.
Yeah, a lot of people were putting over the K&D design, which you drew, which is awesome. And I quote retweeted somebody talking about the K&D design saying, fun fact, when I was 10 years old, so 18 years ago, I emailed the creator of Kids Next Door. I think his name is Mr. Warburton.
Yes,
yeah, Mr. Warburton. Because I happened upon a magazine about cartoons or kid shows, and there was an article about K&D, and it said at the end, it was an interview of Mr. Warburton, and it was like, if you have any questions for Mr. Warburton, you can email him here. And I was like, oh wow. So I emailed him. Should I read the questions?
Yeah, read the questions. Read what
All right,
your 10-year-old. Wait, so I assume you were already addicted to porn at this point, right?
No. This is 1 year before I became addicted to porn.
Okay, got it.
I started. No, wait, no, actually, that's not true either. Because when I started, how do I even say this? When I I had an early puberty, and I didn't watch actual pornography until like 13. First,
what do you
thank
mean
you very
early
much.
puberty? What does that mean?
I had an early 11 years old. That's like early, right?
11?
To start,
No, that's when it starts.
No, it's not. It's normal.
11, 12, 13.
Chat, type in the age that you hit puberty.
When did you hit? So hold on. What do you mean by like a pube approached?
No,
a pubic
so for
hair
me, puberty, I started to not be grossed out by girls.
That's
I was like,
puberty.
oh,
that's just
I feel like it is though, isn't it?
I was
It's gotta
14.
be.
Mine was 11.
Like when you start being like,
12.
oh my god.
Oh, I like a girl. It's probably like 11 or 12.
Right.
I thought you meant puberty, like the actual biological function of puberty.
Well, yes, it is. Puberty starts around that age, right? Like 12, 13,
yeah,
11.
you can get a pubic hair.
AMABs tend to be 12 to 14. AFABs, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
That is a completely new term for me.
Please explain to me what those words mean.
I wanted to fucking nut.
I actually don't know what those words mean, so please.
I guess I shouldn't have used the term liking girls because, like, you can still have a crush on girls without understanding, like,
yeah, you don't
that
usually
part
you're
of
mean
it.
to them.
Oh, assigned. Okay, got it.
Ah, now you
Right,
know.
because girls hit it earlier. Right. Okay. Anyway, whatever. When I first became, God, this feels so gross to say. When I first became sexually awakened.
After I got bricked up for the first time.
After I got bricked up for the first time. And by the way,
I just went through all the chat. Nobody was under 18.
when I until that point, the only thing I used my penis for was when I would pee. I'd make a little game where I pretended it was an elephant trunk and I was shooting water.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I'd go,
a stupid
woo!
game. No, you got to play
I'd go,
the.
woo!
I used to play the carnival game where the center of the
I try to
toilet.
pop.
You
What
pop
would
the
you
bubbles?
do? Yes, I tried to pop the bubbles.
Yeah, I did the pop the bubbles, and I also did the. What I would do was I'd flush the toilet so that it was empty, and then I'd start peeing as fast as I could afterwards. And
you wanted to see if you could fill the
fill
toilet
up the
before.
center.
What an incredible amount of water you wasted. Just like I gotta beat the water.
I gotta beat
Just
the
blasting piss. Yeah, I would play a game where I try to pop bubbles and I'd pretend my dick was an elephant trunk and I go "Brr," and I'd pretend my balls were the ears of the elephant, like the big circle. Yeah, and then at a certain point, God, I'm trying to think of what fucking cartoon did this to me because like for so many people, it's like
Totally
the
Spies.
Robin Hood, Totally Spies, or the Robin Hood cartoon, right? That makes them furries.
That's what makes
right?
you into a furry. That was a psyop.
Yeah, that was a psyop.
That was a psyop.
Or,
Big furry wanted to. That was their nuclear bomb.
Or maybe Batman the animated series, like Harley Quinn, or something.
Or
There was
Poison
something
Ivy,
where I was like, oh my god.
It was the first time I was like, ooh, girl, kind of look good.
But it's probably because of WWE, because I was watching at the time, and I'm pretty sure around that time is when ECW started, and they just straight up had a segment where Kelly would just take off all her clothes. There was no fucking reason. There was no story. I think eventually Mike Knox did a thing where he would cover her up and he would get heat.
Yeah.
But it was just Kelly stripping.
What great heat.
And I remember I wouldn't be able to watch that because in Saudi Arabia they cut all that shit out. Any of the diva stuff they cut out. And they also block all pornography from the internet. But
Blue Girl is just a porn. You can't. That's not a cartoon that awakened you. It was you looking for porn.
Yeah, that ECW. Remember, I was born in 1995. But if you go on WWE.com, they didn't block anything. So I'd go on the .com and I'd see all these pictures and stills and videos from what I wasn't seeing on TV, and I was like, wait a minute. And then what I would do is the other thing that on YouTube, people would just upload the beginning of porn, like before anybody got naked.
That explains your dysfunction.
Yes, that explains why I need plot.
Yeah, that's
yep.
Isn't it crazy when like you can just sit on the freaking psychology couch and then just there it is. That's it.
So for those who don't know, I require story. I can't just I can't do it to a cold match. There needs to be a story. There needs to be an angle. There has to be a clear baby face and a heel. I don't want to just see a spot fest where they're just doing moves.
So how do you feel about the current meta where everybody is brother and sister?
Hate it.
It's awful.
Hate it.
It's terrible.
I hate incest. Hot take, I know. Scalding.
No, it's clearly not a hot take because that's what it all is.
I don't know what it is about this incest
chat,
stuff.
Explain yourself. Because it's your fault.
Statistically speaking, a lot of you probably are into that. So explain.
Somebody call. No, don't call in. I don't want to talk to you.
Don't call in. I don't want
to. Explain to me.
I don't get it. I truly like, even because obviously the whole stepbrother stepsister thing is just for legal distinction.
Yeah.
Right. So, Like from what I understand, it's for people who don't actually have siblings, like real siblings.
But that
Like,
can't
are
be
there?
that can't be everybody. Most people have
I
siblings.
from what I understand, the majority of people into that don't have siblings.
So
So it's like a weird fancy.
here's my Freudian theory, awesome
Manny is now
theory.
a huge heel in Arkansas.
That's what I saw somebody say. Coomer heat is the best heat, and they're probably right. And we should, when we are eventually heels, we need to figure out how to get heat with Coomers because they will be the most passionate about how angry they are.
But I don't think that's true online, but not in real life because they will never admit to being the target of our
No, they
scorn.
will
Like if
because
we said no way.
yes, they would because that's all. Edge rated R Edge was just Coomer heat.
No, I
I'm gonna
disagree with you
make
there.
out with my girlfriend in front of you, and you're gonna watch it. That's cucking. That's cuckold.
Rated R Edge got heat because they took a very real thing that happened and made it into a story. So they portrayed Edge as that asshole who stole a good guy's girl, and that's why they got a lot of heat.
Miss
Kayfabe,
Kayfabe, thank you for
Miss Kate,
subscribing.
thank you so much, and you can all, I believe, subscribe to your show, right, Kate, on Fightful.
Is it
You can
true?
plug your show
Plug
that
it.
I was on.
A subscriber
Plug it.
can always plug on ours.
I don't know if you can subscribe on YouTube, but I know your show's on YouTube. So, wait, we're supposed to be
Subscribe
talking
on
about
YouTube.
Kids Next Door.
Yeah, we were. That's a classic MXM tangent. How do we end?
All right,
How do we end up on
here's
incest porn?
I don't know how we went from Kids Next Door to incest porn, but okay, I'm gonna
Kids
read
next
my
door,
email.
incest porn. That's like a MF Doom bar. Super.
MF Doom bar.
Super. It's like the kids next door. Gonna go get some incest porn. Yorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Okay, so this is September 2006, and I sent an email to Mr. Warburton. The title of the email was questions! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Parentheses. Duh. Parentheses. What's up? I have no idea if this will work or not because I'm using Yahoo and I don't know where to press send, so I might just waste another 15 minutes of my life. Whatever.
You're also random.
I was very so random. Q, will there be another episode similar to Food Fight? Like a villain sings, blah, 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 like that? Food Fight was an episode where the kids battled a villain. I think her name was Granny Goodness or something. Where her power was that she could make evil food like veggies and forks and fruit, and they'd be monsters, and she'd force kids to eat her broccoli and shit like that. And the whole episode was actually a song by the band Gwar, which is like a heavy metal, like they were costumes.
Oh, I remember that episode.
Yeah, the music was written by Gwar, and I always thought that was the coolest thing. That's actually how I got introduced to Gwar. Granny Goodness is DC. Oh yeah, that's probably true. Whatever her name was, it was Granny something, and I thought it was the coolest thing because I thought that episode was awesome. His answer was, well, there'll definitely be some more songs. And then my next question was, when is the next number 4 episode? He's my fave. I love number 4. He's the Australian kid with a bowl cut. Brennan, do you want to reveal
I didn't even know that you actually had a deep spiritual connection to number 4 because I based the drawing of Manny on number 4.
Yeah, total coincidence, which is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. And I said today in our group chat, it's actually funny because number 4's whole thing was that he was in love with number 3, who is I think Japanese.
She is Japanese, Kuki Sanban.
And it's so funny that I loved number 4, who's an Australian in love with an Asian girl, and in my adult life, I became friends with Shane,
who is our number 4.
Shane Haste. And
I blew Mansoor's mind today because I explained to him that everybody's last name is a reference to the number they are.
Oh, and that's right. Yeah.
He didn't realize it because Nigel Uno obviously is 1. That's not very creative.
Nigel Uno, the love child of Nigel McGuinness and Evil Uno.
I forget what number 2's last name was because he's got like 8 last names. But his name's
Hoagie. Hold on.
I sent it to you, yeah.
It's Hoagie Gilligan Jr.
Hoagie Gilligan Jr. He's number 2 because he's a junior, right? Then number 3 is Kuki Sanban, right? Sanban being not so creative. It's just number 3 in Japanese. Number 4 is Wallaby Beetles, right?
Which is funny because I was like, but why is he Wallaby Beetles? He's Australian, not British. And then Brennan pointed
And then
out,
I said, there's 4 Beetles because he's number 4.
genius.
And then number 5 is Abigail Lincoln because Abraham Lincoln is on the $5 bill.
Yep. Genius, Mr. Warburton. You've done it again.
Yeah, this whole interaction with Mr. Warburton made me realize it was like, God, we should have just asked him to draw our shirts.
Yeah, we should have. He says there's lots of number 4 episodes coming up. And then, so next up, I say Night Brace hasn't made a main appearance in a long time. Will there be another one?
You smart Mark.
I know there's a good chance of you saying maybe. So Night Brace was a villain who like tries to give kids braces. I don't know why.
I remember Night Brace.
Night Brace deserves a push.
No, he was no human toilet.
No, he was no human toilet, and he certainly wasn't the something kids children, down the lane. Yes, the delightful children down the lane. Push Night Brace. Human Toilet, I think, was the first boss of the video game on the PS2, the Kids Next Door video game.
Human Toilet was in a lot of episodes because he was never the main villain, so they'd always have him like show up.
Monkey Gear,
thank you for subscribing with
TNA.
Twitch Prime. Any of you can subscribe with Twitch Prime.
His answer to that was maybe. My next question was, will there be more parody episodes like the Dragon Ball Z one, where they had number 4 as a Super Saiyan, and he was fighting the delightful children, and they were Frieza, and he would go Super Saiyan 2, and he would keep powering up, and his hair would just go really, really fucking big. Yeah, until he tipped over. And his answer was, I wouldn't put it past us. And I said, I think it would be cool if Stuffums and Sticky Beard, Grandma Stuffums, that was her name, Grandma Stuffums. I think it would be cool if Stuffums and Sticky Beard fought. This is me fantasy booking. This is me as a 10-year-old fantasy booking his show for him. Here's how I would book Sticky Beard's next episode. I said, I think it would be cool if Stuffums and Sticky Beard fought and K&D were in the crossfire. I mean, he's unhealthy and she's healthy foods. Is it possible? Sticky Beard had like candy in his beard.
Sticky Beard and freaking Grandma Stuffums is like a One-Piece fight.
That's their like, devil fruit power?
That's like Blackbeard versus Big Mom.
And
except for the powers are opposite because Sticky Beard liked candy.
Here's the real smart Mark question, okay? Oh man, I have so many ideas for episodes. Is there like some way I could send them to you? I'm a big nerd. And he said, I'm a nerd too, but unfortunately, we're not allowed to look at fanfics and stories from outside sources. It's crazy legal stuff. Sorry. That was very nice of him to put me down gently like that.
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch. We don't want your shitty ideas. Next up, my question is, when I'm not in the States, I'm in Saudi Arabia, and they have some Soopah. I spelled this Soopah.
Soopah.
Which is kind of, I think that's how they
write
say
number. They write number.
Exactly, yes. They have some super old Cartoon Network that hasn't even aired Zero yet, which I think was the movie. I try, and this is funny, I basically admit to trying to watch a show illegally. I try watching it on the internet, but all those sites are shut down. What do I do? He says, Saudi Arabia? Wow, that's super far away. I guess you have to come back to the States and watch the next time Cartoon Network has a giant candy marathon. My next question was, I like peanut butter. Woohoo! Lol,
so random.
And he said, best food in the history of forever. He says, there you go. Take care and say hi to everyone in Saudi Arabia for me. Number 11 billion, aka Mr. Warburton. So what a nice guy.
It was so cool. That's really
and
cool.
Then today he drew me. He drew me a picture, which is crazy. I did not expect this at all. He drew a picture of number 4 calling me out.
Mansoor.
Oh God, it's not really showing up. Go on my Twitter.
Yeah.
Go on my Twitter and look at the replies to the tweet about Candy, and you can see Mr. Warburton's drawing, which is insane. Like it's so funny because 18 years ago, this guy made my day by responding to me when I thought that he never would.
And then he did it again.
And then 18 years later, I'm 20 years old. I have a daughter, and he does it again. And he draws something for me, which is crazy. And he DMs me later, and he says, "Let me know your email. I'll send you a copy of the drawing, and I'll draw another thing for you, and I'll inscribe it to you." And I'm like, "This is just amazing. It's like, what an incredible guy."
That's what we do stuff for, is for like that kind of stuff.
It actually does make me think about, because we really are hard on ourselves, and whenever we were put in a position where we got to meet fans, like meet and greets, we would always joke and be like, "Who the fuck's gonna want to meet us?"
Yeah, but everybody is somebody's like big deal.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Even like, this is something for even you at home. If you don't think you're much of anything, there's probably somebody that you know that admires something about you. And when you're really down on yourself about that stuff, you kind of like, you snuff out the light of whatever that thing is that people admire about you. And we do that to ourselves all the time.
All the time.
And
all the time.
There's been so many times where we've met people, and they've been so like genuinely just like, "Oh, we loved this thing you did," and we felt like it's such small potatoes compared to the stuff that other people were allowed to do. But just because we were allowed to, show our light to as many people as we could in that one moment, we do get to reach out, and then at some point, maybe we'll be able to be the Mr. Warburton and make like a super cool moment for some kid who grows up and is like, "Man, I watched the Maximum Male Models, and that's when I came out."
Good God.
We were part of their journey.
Yeah. That's why I try to be as interactive as possible, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
like,
you can't be expected to interact with everybody, obviously.
Sometimes I get like really shitty emails on my booking email, like this guy. What did he say? Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Santi just rated us with everybody.
Oh shit!
Let's go!
I was just about to end this fucking stream.
No, now we gotta do it for another hour.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
We gotta talk about your porn addiction.
No, we're not talking about my porn addiction again.
In front of 600 people.
I don't have a fucking porn addiction.
When was the last time you watched? When was the last time you partook?
Yesterday.
Yes. Okay, that's pretty long. And
you didn't. You thought I did today? You thought I did today?
Yeah.
That would be insane.
I assume.
When?
I assume you'll partake in about.
I have.
As soon as the stream ends, that's why you were.
I have a 10-month-old daughter. When am I going to find the time in the middle of the day?
Thank you for the gift sub.
To enjoy myself.
Well, actually, so when you were late to the stream, I was explaining to everybody. I know your schedule. I assume it's Monday, so I assume you worked out today.
No, because of this fucking stream, I didn't work out.
You didn't work out because of the stream?
I usually my wife's very busy. Yeah, I work out late.
Thank you for the gift sub. What?
Say who it was given to.
What?
Say who the gift was to.
Porn addict. Yeah, he deserves
Porn
it.
Addict.
He needs some light in his life.
My favorite Limp Bizkit song.
Yeah, I'm a porn addict.
Monday Violins. Thank you for the bits. Santi, I want to ask, will there be a SmackDown stream?
Yeah, Santi, SmackDown stream?
The world wants to know. Will there be a SmackDown stream?
Hold on,
I have to say it like Jake is. I have to say it like Jake is. Will there be a SmackDown stream? I have to say like Omni-Man. Will there? Hold on.
You don't know Omni-Man. You have to do it like J. Jonah Jameson.
Not quite my tempo. Oh, I need pictures of Spider-Man. Santi, God damn it! I need a SmackDown stream right now.
That's just Vince.
God damn it, pal! We need a SmackDown stream on Friday, whether you like it or not. The people want to see it. Damn it! They want to see a SmackDown stream.
J. Jonah Jameson is just Vince, isn't he?
In a way, yeah, I guess he is.
In a way,
I suppose it is.
Go figure.
Listen, To all our
thank you for subscribing.
It's such good shit.
We appreciate any subscriptions you give us. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for absolutely free.
The thing about a Vince impression is that there's fucking like it's like that theory.
There's eras tour.
It's that theory about like Ultimate Warrior being killed and replaced with another guy, or Miley Cyrus. At some point, he just sounded like a different person.
I think Vince was killed and replaced twice.
Twice? Okay,
Yeah.
what's the timeline of that?
Prime Vince was oh my!
Oh, you're talking about when Vince talked like
Vince.
An anonymous gifter gave Manny's small cock a tear. That's so funny. Congrats on wasting $5
He did say that it fits in a bottle of water.
No, the vast majority of the people watching the stream did not hear that, and you didn't need to bring it up.
No, they brought up. They said that was part of the lore. They keep up.
It actually was extremely hard to understand what Vince was saying when he talked to us.
Yeah. So there was unbelievable. This is pandemonium. That's that Vince. And then there was you're fired, Vince.
Yep.
Right. And then there was the Vince that we knew, the billionaire we knew. What do you want?
What do you?
This is not a good thing. Control yourself, damn it.
Like he'd get back into it a little bit. Like he would mumble and he'd be like,
yeah, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we can even do it at WrestleMania.
yeah. But then he would get back.
So okay, here's the theory. Vince died. Pandemonium. That Vince died. He's replaced with the clone, and then that clone, because he was a failed clone, he eventually kind of lost himself. But like he's always clawing to the surface.
So my theory is that they cloned Vince just like Solid Snake was a clone of Big Boss, and because he's a clone, he has rapid aging just like Solid Snake, and he's constantly
anonymous.
Thank you to Magnus. That's very kind of you.
He's rapid aging despite the fact that he's of actual old age.
Well, somewhere along the line, he went from being a 50-year-old man to a 90-year-old man. Am I wrong in saying that?
Well, no, it's because he was a jacked 50-year-old man.
Nos Vincent terrible. That's fucking good, Santi. That's really fucking good. Somebody needs to draw that. Somebody needs to draw Vince's Big Boss, Vince's Solid Snake, Vince's Naked Snake, Vince's Solidus Snake, and put a little thing that says Los Vincent.
And then Linda is the boss.
Linda, would Linda be the boss or as Eva? I guess it would be. Yeah, you could do the boss. Yeah. The mustache makes so much more sense now. Yeah, because finally the new clone gets to express themselves and become their own Vince.
Vince Eater.
I've already told this story. So we've been getting complaints because all of our stories recently are just Vince stories.
Yeah,
but you need to understand
the best stories.
He's the biggest draw we have, other than Ryback.
Not only is he the biggest draw, he's actually just the most cartoon of character.
That's true. It's like we have stories about Vince because he's not a real human being.
Well, what do you want? A story about Woods where we just hung out and played video games? Like that's not a good story.
The stories that you're gonna get are the stories of people who are wired different. You know what I mean?
They built
Roman
different.
Stories. We don't have a Roman story because everyone's a cool, normal person except for Vince. Well, no, I'm not saying he's not cool, but
he's just not a normal.
Cool
he's definitely not.
He's just not a normal human being. I've already told this story, but we got a bunch of raiders from Santi. I go into Vince's office trying to pitch something, and I see that I sit down, and he's like, "Oh, what's your idea?" Knock, knock, knock. In comes his assistant, Sopranos kid. We called him the Sopranos kid because he looked like he could be in the Sopranos.
Yeah.
He had a 5 o'clock shadow and like a ponytail. And he delivered Vince's steak. It was just like steak and ketchup. Big fucking chunk of meat. And I go, "Oh, I'll come back." And Vince goes, No, stay. And he just starts digging in and eating his steak. And I was like, okay, so my pitcher's like, "Hold on." And he just keeps eating his steak. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do in
You're
this
like,
situation?
what do I do with my hands? Do I just have to sit here and watch you eat? Am I getting cucked?
So I thought, I was like, okay, this is a test, right?
This is a test.
If I pull out my phone and I start browsing my phone, he's gonna think I'm just some dumb millennial kid. I'm gonna show him that I have the fucking what's it called? Attention span. Thank you for the sub, Retro Mint Man. The attention span of one of his own kind, boomers. Okay, the golden generation.
Back in my day, we used to just watch our boss eat steak.
So I just watched him eat steak until he had his last bite, dips it in ketchup, chews, swallows, puts his dish down, looks at me and says, "So what's up?" I gave him some shitty idea about how I wanted to become a falconer and how I would come to the ring holding a falcon on my arm, and he was like, "Oh, a falcon, huh? What sound does a falcon make?" And I go, "What?" And he said, "Well, what kind of sound does a falcon make?" I go, "Scrah!" And he goes, "Huh, kind of like a hawk." And I go, "Yeah, kind of like a hawk." And he goes, huh. Would you be able to look up falcon training facilities? I was like, what? He was like, I want you to go to school all over the country. We need to be able to get a falcon in every state. Could you find me where to get falcons? I was like, yeah, of course. I'll absolutely do that.
What a freaking RPG quest where the wizened old wizard curmudgeon makes you watch him eat steak, and then your reward for watching him eat steak is find all of the falconers in the tri-state area and bring them their names.
And for sure, there was never going to be a fucking falcon. It's just giving me busy work. But the one thing he did say is that the one note he gave me to do better on was I handed him like 6 pages of character art and concept art for this character and gear. And he says, "There's no numbers here." And I go, "Sorry, what do you mean, sir? You didn't number the pages. If I want to tell you, I really like the design on page. Oh, I don't know what page it's on. Put numbers on the page." I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure, yes,
okay,
sir."
Okay. Do you want me to do it now? I have a pen.
And then you and Dijak, you guys gave him a folder of ideas, and you made sure to number that shit. Right?
We freaking gave him. I gave him. I was like, Dijak, we're gonna give him a folder. Let's give him a hard binder, so that he can't fold it up. He can't. And the problem was Dijak blew it because he says it's a good read. You can read it on the toilet or something.
He was trying to be affable.
Yeah, he was trying to be affable, but in the way that you and Dijak cannot be affable.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I will.
Yeah, I am going to read this while I take a shit. I'm going to flush it down the toilet.
I might use this to wipe my ass, too.
And you should tell them that you were pitching to be Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, we wanted to be Bebop and Rocksteady because we were like, okay, come on, Mason T-Bar, it's not cool, but it could be fun, right? Like it doesn't need to be cool. Not everything needs to be cool. It could be. You
guys were gonna wear Letterman jackets.
We wanted to wear like apocalyptic Letterman jackets that are torn
sleeveless
up.
Letterman jackets.
Sleeveless, like come out and just be like a couple of Mace is not cool. The only thing that makes somebody cool is if they win matches and have magic powers, which we did not. We did not win matches.
Your idea was that you both played fucking college football. Yeah. You're both Division I athletes, right?
And we thought Vince would go for that because it was like, oh yeah,
right.
I remember when I used to like big guys.
And the idea was that the story was that Mason T-Bar were both college football buddies. But like, I think maybe I'm making this up, but in my head, you guys were kicked off the team for being too aggressive.
Like Claudio.
That's the kind of thing that Vince loves, right?
Yeah, and then the idea was Mason T-Bar aren't our names; there are nicknames from the football team. It's like, oh yeah, that's Mace and that's T-Bar, and those are the two toughest offensive linemen that we had on the team. And yeah, we wanted to be like two like just goons. Because, there should be room for goons for hire, right?
Yeah.
Like, there should be a place for, and they're not going to win, But like, you know, when the slimy heel, when the Miz needs help, let me go get Bebop and Rocksteady to go and handle my light work for me, and then we get beat, and then the Miz is like, "Oh, how'd you beat Bebop and Rocksteady?" Like that, it was perfect.
Yeah, but sadly, it kind of felt like towards the end of that run, where Vince before he got retired. Oh, that goon, yeah. It
Different
kind of
kind of
felt
goon.
like there was a very good chance by the time he left that room, he was not going to remember your pitch.
That's why we gave him the binder. We put pictures.
Yeah.
I made a cover page. I made a cover page and I slid it in the front of the binder with word art and pictures.
So the reason we did that, we both gave him paper presentations, is because Nikki Cross, that Nikki ASH character, almost a superhero, she gave Vince that character, and
a
then
year
6 months
before,
later,
yeah, like 6
like
months.
6 months later, she gets a call being like, "Hey, Vince read your pitch and loves it. We're doing it next week. You got gear?" And she was like, "Ah." And that's how working for Vince was. It was like it would either be an idea in the void, or a year later he'd go, "Yeah, let's do it. Fuck, I don't know."
So we
And
were,
he would,
because we knew this, because this was an idea of something that could happen. We had it in our head that it's like, well, we always have to be throwing something into the void in
yes,
hopes in
one
hopes
one
that we could
sticks.
do a shaman dance and that something
Yeah.
will spit out and then give us something. But
Is it true people would wait outside his office for hours to talk? Yeah, of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
absolutely. I've done it multiple times.
yeah, and it
Multiple times.
changed because obviously the entire time we were there, Vince was much more shut in. Vince was harder to access. We actually got more access to Vince than we ever did to Hunter, ironically.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Vince was not as easy to access because we'd hear stories about from 10 years ago where Vince would be like at catering. Like you could just like sit down with Vince and like he'd be
yeah.
around. Like he became much more reclusive in his age. Thank you for subbing, the Whiz Kid Bob. Thank you. Or Rob. I can't see, it's far away. Bob is Rob.
Chelsea Green spent so much time. Yeah, there would be days where it just wouldn't happen. I I actually remember. I might have told the story already, but for the new viewers, after my match with Mustafa, I did a little tag run with Cesaro that didn't go anywhere because he left the company, which is very indicative of people who tag team with me. Eventually, they always quit. Um, and of course, I don't blame him. He was
Tagging with
hilariously
you.
yes, exactly, and he was the one taking the pins. That's how we knew. That's how we knew it was time to quit. He was in tag team matches with me, and he was taking the pins.
He said, "Time
Um,
to bet on me."
and then after that, I wasn't on TV. I wasn't doing anything. And it was getting to the next Saudi show, and I was like, "What's going on? Like, am I gonna do anything?" It was Elimination Chamber, and I was gonna pitch being in the World Title Chamber, and like just like surviving based on pure luck. And if I got like one lucky roll up, one, two, fucking kick out, fucking whatever, whoever was champ, probably Roman or Brock, finish on me, it would have at least made me to the point where it was like something where I could roll off of that. And I kept trying to talk to Vince, and it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. And then a week before the Saudi pay per view, where I had done nothing, I was like freaking out. I was like, "What the fuck's happening?" And then somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, you have a match tonight. It's you and Drew Gulak versus Jinder and Shanky." And I was like, "Huh,
Classic,
me and
classic
Gulak
match.
versus Jinder and Shanky. Is this like a me and Gulak tag team thing? What's this setting up for in Saudi?" And the guy's like, "Oh no, it's a dark match, and Shanky is up on you." I was like, "Oh shit,
It was over.
I'm getting fired. It's over for me." I was like, "What happened?" Like, I thought the Ali match was good. Like, I thought it went really well, and I don't know, maybe something happened. Maybe the prince's son finally told his dad that I told him wrestling was fake by
Yeah,
accident.
that's what did it.
So eventually that day, I was like, "Fuck this! I gotta talk to Vince." So during the show, during a commercial break, was the only time, and I was talking to everybody. I was like, "Can I do this? Can I do this?" They're like, "Yeah, yeah, go talk to Vince during the commercial break. People do it all the time." Okay. I go up to Vince. It's the commercial break, and I say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment?" I'll never forget this. So in front of Vince and Bruce Pritchard, who are there in Gorilla behind the monitors, it's just a bunch of monitors, right? They're looking at all angles.
It's like the Matrix.
I'll never forget the way he looked at me. I say, "Excuse me, sir, can I have a moment?" And he looks and he does this. He goes, and one by one, he turns down the volume on everything until you can't hear any of the commercials. You can't hear any of the show. Pure silence. Nobody in the room is talking. Everybody is listening to me. Everybody is looking at me.
Why
right?
did he use all of his like most ace power moves on you specifically?
And I say, "Sir, I know that I'm not going to be at Saudi for the pay-per-view, and I just want to know, is there anything I could have done better so that I could have gotten a spot on that show?" And he goes, "You don't have to be on every Saudi show, okay? It's like, you don't have to be on every one, right?" I was like, no, sir, I don't." He was like, "Okay, good." Turns back the volume on the show and looks at the screen. And I remember in my mind, I was like, holy shit, I'm done. That's it. And everybody saw it. And I just fucking walked away. You could have fucking you could have fucking sled off of my goddamn. I had my head low like this. I was walking with my head so low. I was like,
you know where you failed the test.
Despondent.
You know
How
what
did
the
I fail the
answer?
test?
You know what the answer to that test was?
What?
You don't have to be on every Saudi show. And then you should have said, "Damn it, Vince! I'm the Saudi guy. Yes, I do need to be on every Saudi show."
Wow, you think I should have fired up?
I think you should have. The same way I should have attacked him when he hit me.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that was he turned it down so you wanted like everybody could hear it.
I need to be on every show.
He put you on the spot, and you should have. If you would have said, "No, you know what? I think the Saudi people deserve to have their guy on every show." Even if you didn't fire up fully. I mean, this is all, backseat quarterbacking and hindsight being 2020. But I think we're exactly where we should be, mind you. Like, I don't think that would have fixed anything. But looking back at Vince in his tests, that could have been one.
But that's the hard thing, is you never know when it's a test and you never know when it's legit, because sometimes
you know who the only people who succeed are?
Who?
The guys who just were psychos when they were tested and they were right that one time.
Yeah.
But then there are 10 other guys who were psychos when they weren't being tested and then they got kicked.
But then, okay, but then if I failed the test, how come 2 months later he was like, "You and ma.ce are going to be the male models"? Yes, he was so excited about that. He could have picked anybody to do that. He could have called up anybody.
He could have called anybody. No, that's true.
I don't know. It was
no,
weird.
no. You know what? No, that's not. It's not a failure of the test. It's not. You failed the test. That's why you're fired. That was a moment that could have changed trajectory.
Perhaps
he might have looked at you in a different light, because he obviously liked us till the end. He liked our last interaction was.
I don't know. It's hard to tell, because it's like,
unless it was like a weird like joke to him, which I don't think it was. I think he was very genuine with.
He was very friendly, but he's the ultimate carny, so I don't know. But
yeah, but like the genuine, like you could tell, he got a certain kind of joy from seeing one of his ideas come to fruition.
He loved the model stuff. He adored it. But then when he came back, it was a different story. But
it was over. His toys got broken.
I don't know how much we can get into that, but
soon.
Yeah, it was bizarre, because I had that conversation, and then I was like, okay, last ditch effort, I'm gonna go to Johnny Ace, because he's kind of like, he was head of talent relations at the time, and he was in that position where he kind of could get in Vince's ear. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Johnny Ace. I said, "Johnny, I feel like the only thing I had is that I was the Saudi guy, and now I'm not even on the Saudi show. I'm just wondering, what I'm doing wrong and how I can change it." And he goes, "Mansoor, when I was in All Japan, Mrs. Baba loved me because I would take cards, and I'd have a deck of cards, and on the cards there'd be my face, and it'd be the ace, right? It'd have the A for ace, and I'd throw them out in the crowd, and Mrs. Baba would say, 'Oh, can I sell those?' And I was like, 'Yeah.' that was me taking initiative on my character. And I was like, oh, I kind of see what you're getting at. He goes, what you need to do is figure out who you are, not as the Saudi guy. Well, we need to figure out a character for you that goes beyond your nationality. Like, can you be like a mad scientist? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be a fucking mad scientist.
WWE, of course, at this time was known for its crazy gimmicks.
So I ended up putting a pitch together to be a motivational speaker. And I put that pitch together while Brennan was obviously being groomed to be the male model.
Groomed.
And there was rumblings that I might be with him, but we didn't know for sure. Like, remember that period, Brennan?
Yeah. Yeah, when my writer told me that, because this, backtrack, this is the freaking, what was that podcast we were watching where they, like, cut to Sandman, 1995.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was in the middle of, the big man class, and, they were working on this mercenary character for me. I was going to be like a cyberpunk mercenary.
Right.
That was gonna be like an anime character, and that
they had pitches for you that they literally got down to character concept art for.
I have a bunch
and it was
of
just
character
completely, it was completely washed away just so you can be ma.ce.
Yeah, no, legit. Like we were moving forward with the like I had graphics, like they were pitching it as like an Ultimate Warrior, but kind of like with more of like a focus. Like it was like they were very big on it, like. Because they wanted me to be an executioner at first, and then they were like, "No, that's too much like regular mace."
That's another thing we were talking about earlier. How in wrestling shows you can never kill somebody. What the fuck would an executioner do on a wrestling show? You can't kill anyone.
You injure people.
I guess whatever.
No, because I had to think of this because when they presented it to me, I was like, "Okay, how do I make this work?" And I was like, "Well, what if I like put people on the shelf for a bit? Like just put me against guys that you're gonna give some time off, and I do something that's just gonna put them out for like a couple of weeks or something like that."
Right. You have a move called like the decapitator.
The decapitator, and I just sever a spinal column.
Yeah, something. We were working on a submission for you actually, the torture rack.
The torture rack.
Because you were supposed to be an executioner, so we wanted you to do the torture rack. Like you were putting them in the fucking Iron Maiden or whatever.
Like I was
or the stretch
trying to
thing
get
in the medieval
information out
times.
of them. Like I was trying to get
that
the
actually.
out of them.
That's kind of soul right
That's
there. That's kind of key.
It could have been soul. I mean, everything that was, every idea that didn't come to fruition was pretty soulful. But
right.
Yeah. So at the time they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get you a cool motorbike. It's gonna be like a Kira. It's gonna be really cool." And then I'm leaving big man class, just managing to survive another day of big man class, and I get a call from my writer, and my writer's like, "Hey, we need you at SmackDown tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, cool. Are they going forward with this bounty hunter thing?" And he was like, "No, but Vince had an idea for you." I was like, "Cool, what is it?" "You're gonna be a male model."
Yeah. And
Great.
supposedly he had that idea for over a year. He was always talking about it to the writers. We should do some kind of male model gimmick. We should do a male model thing. And it just kind of happened to fall on us. And I remember thinking like, man, why don't they just call up Pretty Deadly? Like, that's kind of their whole thing.
Yeah.
But at that era, it was the time where Vince, like, you have to understand that it's not like how it is today or how it used to be where if you were in NXT with a gimmick, they'd call you up with that gimmick. But the way that it used to be with Johnny Ace and Vince was that whatever you were doing in developmental didn't matter.
No, they
were going to call you up and present you a certain way, which is what happened with Keith Lee.
We were talking about that, like Breeze, in a way, was never really presented on the main roster as a model.
No.
Model Breeze was not a main roster thing. The Fashion Police,
really
obviously, but that's not like, they weren't models. They were, silly guys. But like
yeah.
It's
funny you say that, Bobaruski. Well, boys, you've come for our jobs, because I literally said that to them. Yeah. Our last appearance as the Maximum Male Models wasn't on TV. It was at the WWE headquarters WrestleMania party, where we were there to schmooze with the office employees. And
because they requested us. They requested us because they loved us.
And we're in the building, and at this point, Maxine has already joined Alpha Academy, so the writing was on the wall. And who comes in the door? Pretty Deadly. And I go, well, look who's here to take their gimmick back.
Congratulations, you've won.
Yeah, you did it. You guys won. You picked the right horse.
We're gonna go to the employment line. You guys enjoy it?
We actually, and for those of you asking, we did pitch Tyler joining us. Actually, we thought it was going to be the only thing that would save our careers.
We thought it. We had it.
And believe it or not, we got this close, and then something happened where the leadership changed, and then something happened where the leadership changed again, and everything got fucked up. So there you have it. That's just the way it is, I guess. Timing is everything.
Very much the victims of circumstances multiple times.
Yes, we're very much the victims.
A lot of people are.
I will never take responsibility for anything.
No, a lot of people, like, you know, the success in WWE is very much a timing thing, but like lack of success is also very much a timing thing. And
I like to believe that we didn't. It's tough because when you're let go, you go to bed every night thinking, "What did I do wrong?"
We didn't do anything.
And I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely.
No, honestly, I will say this with 100% certainty.
But I don't want to say that because I feel like it sounds egotistical to say
it is egotistical. We took what we were given. It was bad. Every time. I've never been given a good thing. That's a fact. That's a fact. I have never been, in my entire 7 years in that company, I was never given one good thing that would have been an easy win. But we were given something bad. We made it good. The only thing that we did wrong was we made something good that the other guy came up with when a new guy took over, and he didn't care. That's it. We couldn't have done anything better. We were the wrong guys at the wrong time, and that's okay.
The wrong guys at the wrong time.
That's literally it, and we can become the right guys at the right time if we just keep on pushing forward.
I was just the right guy and the right
time. No, that's a fact. And like, if it's arrogant, I'm fine with it being arrogant. I don't think anybody else could have made that work the way that we made it work. And the fact that we did the math. How many freaking matches did we have as the models on TV? But it was still a memorable thing that people like, and we made something out of that, having no reason to have made that work. It's not arrogant. That's just the thing we are good at, is making bad stuff work. And we did it, so it's not our fault. I'm not gonna take the blame for getting fired.
Hit Row and Street Profits, New Day again, LWO.
Yeah,
and then if you count main event, we wrestled the OC on main event.
And would you say that was 30 minutes of in-ring competition?
Altogether, probably less.
Right. So given 30 minutes of in-ring competition and a YouTube show that we did on our friggin' own, we were able to make something that people gave a crap about when we came out to DPW. That's not arrogant. That's just actually what we're good at. Some people get the keys. We didn't get the keys. We friggin' jump-started the car.
That YouTube stuff was great because more than just getting content out and having something to do while we were off TV, people in the company really liked it and they watched it. And anytime we went to TV, there were people coming up and saying, I fucking love the YouTube shit you guys are doing. It's so funny. And it kind of gave writers the confidence in us that we didn't have before. So definitely a dub. Like, my philosophy about what happened in our career at WWE is, you know, there's always a scenario or a chance where we go back, and at least in that scenario, we have allies already there, right?
What do you mean?
Like, we go back, and all those people who texted us after we got let go saying, I have no idea why you guys got let go. We loved working with you guys,
yes,
et cetera, et cetera. If we go back now, or not now, but in the future at some point in our careers, ideally, hopefully those people will still be working there and they'll be able to say, it's time to give you guys the try that we wanted to give you.
The try?
Try! Because I'm very happy with the amount of friends. It was heartwarming for me to when I got let go.
It was like
gets
it's like at the
so
end of a
many
Persona
texts.
game. It's at the end of a Persona game when you're going against the
Yeah,
boss, and the boss has
yeah.
killed you, and then you get all
All
the
your social links.
messages. All your social
I
links are
believe
like,
in you.
"I believe in you. Go kill it on the indies. You'll be back soon."
It's Avengers Endgame. All the portals are opening up, and people are like, "Here's this promoter's number. Here's this promoter's number. I put you over to this promoter. Here's this promoter's number."
You're gonna get work.
Yeah, it was people taking care of us, and I'll always be extremely thankful and appreciative of that because they didn't have to do that. They still worked there, and they took the time and had the confidence in us to talk to people that they know and other companies and promotions and say positive things about us.
And honestly,
And
if that's our reward for not being pieces of garbage to everybody, then that's worth it,
well,
right?
it's very rare that someone's actually a piece of garbage.
No, but like,
nowadays.
like the fact that we were, personable and cool with a lot of people, like that.
Well, we just really cared. We really cared, and we always pitched a lot of stuff, and we always loved working with the writers. Like there are people who kind of poo-poo on the writers. I loved working with the writers because anytime we worked with a writer and we gave them something that was good, they'd let us use it,
Yeah.
right?
Especially after that, by the time we did the YouTube show, it's almost like that was our proving ground to kind of insert our own stuff. You always hear about how scripted, WWE promos are now. And we'd get the script and we'd be like, hey, I think it would be funnier if we did this. Or there were a couple times that, like, in what little promo time we have where, like, there were improvised lines and they were like, no, that's fine. That's great. That's funny.
Yeah, they
like,
were fine with it.
They were completely fine with it as long as you have the trust. So,
yeah. Regarding somebody asked me what was the original plan for Otis to join us. We had a whole fucking I think we want to do like a year-long story.
Yeah, we wanted to draw it out.
So the idea was that Maxine was enamored with Otis and just totally in love with his look. And Otis was all over her, right? And he was like, wow, like this person loves me for who I am and loves the way I look. And me and Ma.ce were supposed to ma.çé, we're supposed to be like, oh, like this is a fucking affront to all things that is fashion and beauty. And Chad was supposed to be like, Otis, like, careful, man. Like, I don't know if she's legit about this.
These aren't our type of people, These aren't.
Right.
This isn't our tribe, Otis.
I don't want her to break your heart, right? And then we were supposed to do a thing where Otis does like a fashion thing where we dress him up, and the idea was that it was going to do big numbers, which they always did, and then we were going to come around on it because now we were getting clout.
Yeah.
Having Otis as a maximum male model was going to be good for our brand and our careers because all our social media engagements were going to be up, our quarters were going to be up, we were going to get booked more on TV. So now me and ma.çé are like, oh, Otis, what an amazing, fantastic model you are.
Yeah,
You truly exude
like we're
beauty in all its
we're the
forms.
fake friends,
Fake friends,
in the pretty
100%.
Group.
We're the grifters.
In what was not the drifter.
No, not the drifter, the grifter. We're not Elias.
We are Elias. And
Shreyan,
what I actually liked about this like long pitch is it actually set up Maxine as like this evil mastermind.
Yeah, because she hadn't done anything bad yet. So the idea was that we were gonna have Otis as a model in training, and we were gonna have him go to MIT.
MIT, yeah.
And Chad was gonna be like, "No, you're supposed to be at my fucking university, the Alpha Academy." And I was like,
"Sorry, coach.
Sorry, Chatty.
I transferred.
I just transferred to MIT." And he'd be at MIT, and he'd be a model in training, and we'd train him how to fucking eat salads and have balance. It'd be like Pretty Woman. He'd have books on his head, and he'd try to walk down the catwalk, and all kinds of funny shit. Where it'd be great. And meanwhile, Chad is being like, "Listen, Otis, like these guys are just using you for their careers."
And the thought during this period was to kind of have a little bit of a separation between us and Chad, so that Chad could do singles run. Shit. He probably still would have done the stuff with Gunter, but he would have been on his own kind of thing. But the whole time, it's kind of like in the background. Chad obviously loves Otis. He's his guy. He's his number one guy. He's like, hey, listen, like, I'm glad you're doing your own thing. It seems like it's going well. I'm happy for you, but I just want you to know I'm here for you. But then the whole time we're kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever, Chad.
Whatever, you little goblin.
You little goblin.
And then finally, his graduation. Otis was going to graduate from MIT and become a fully fledged maximum male model. And he comes out for the first time ever as a maximum male model, down the catwalk, stands on the stage. We're in the ring, and Maxine goes, "Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your newest maximum male model, Otis." Spotlight on Otis. He poses, slop.
But mind you, he poses, but we actually make him like we give him a haircut, we give him like a nice clean beard. He's got a lineup. He's wearing a nice suit. He looks like $1 million.
He looks
like
great. Looks like $1 million.
Beautiful
and
moment.
Then, as soon as he has the moment where everybody's loving him for who he is, and he's in his moment of triumph, we just drop slime on that motherfucker. We slime the shit out of that motherfucker. We bump the shit. Carry 100% carry. Embarrassed. We're in the ring.
We're laughing. We're having a belly laugh. And then that's when Chad's
No, not even. No. I wanted to go way far.
Yeah, we wanted to go way far. We wanted this to go for a year.
What we really wanted to do is right before that segment where we dump shit on Otis. Right. We wanted Chad to come up to Otis and be like, "Listen, Otis, like I overheard them in the locker room. Like, this is a trap, dude. Like, they're not gonna let you have your moment tonight. They're gonna try and embarrass you. They've been making fun of you this whole time." And Otis is like, "Dude, why don't you want me to be happy?
Yeah,
like I'm actually happy here. Great. You're doing your own thing. You want to be Intercontinental Champion? Let me be a maximum male model, okay? We're best friends. We're not allowed to do other things. Like, you're trying to sabotage this for me now? Like, get the hell away from me." Chad's fucking dejected. He can't fucking believe it. Otis comes out. He thinks that he's made these new friends. He thinks he's being accepted by this new group. And what happens? We completely and totally fucking humiliate him. And that was going to be what made the models not less of a funny ha thing to fuck these absolute scumbags.
Yeah,
like, these are bad, evil people. And we laugh at Otis and he doesn't. It's not a house of fire. He doesn't want revenge. He's just completely and totally dejected.
Yeah, he's broken because it's like we mind broke him over the course of all these years. We made him think he's got friends, and then he's turned on his only actual friend, and then he's just left with nothing, covered in slop. His makeover is ruined.
What does he do? He just walks away.
Just walks away. Doesn't get mad at us there. No.
Mm-hmm. And then the idea was that we were going to come out at some point in the future and taunting and talking all kinds of shit about Otis and how did he really think he was ever going to be a maximum male model with the way that he looked? Hell no, blah, blah, blah. Chad comes out, runs us fucking down. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, you took a guy who only wanted your approval and your friendship, and without even needing to, you totally and completely humiliated him and you ruined his life. And we just beat the shit out of him. We just fucking start fucking up Chad. We're fucking up Chad. We're kicking the shit out of him. Fucking Otis comes out. Fucking House of Fire. Fucking piece. And then boom, there's your fucking Alpha Academy.
We can have a match that went more than one segment.
And then we would have had a 2-seg match.
A 2-seg match. Maybe even on the show.
It would have been. I mean, it's that's what we pitched. The writers loved it. And then it all came crashing. It all came tumbling down. When
Chad, I saw somebody said it's like, oh yeah, we just got unlucky because Hunter was into work rate guys. It's like, how do you know that we're not work rate guys? Like obviously, like yes, we're not your prototypical indie guy, but like at the same time, like a work rate guy is somebody who you let have a long match.
This story happened under Hunter. Like Hunter okayed the storyline to start. Like, I remember my daughter was born, and the same night my daughter was born, I got a call saying, "Can you come to Raw?"
Which was the same day we finished the last episode of Making It Mac? No, was it?
It was right after we ended Making It Maximum.
We ended Making It Maximum, and that was like our last ripple into the ether of like, well, we're gonna try and make this work, and they shut down our show, and
shut it down.
Yeah.
I got a call. Can you be at Raw? We're drafting you to start a storyline with Otis and Chad. Fuck, wow. Couldn't have been, holy shit, a dub? We're getting a dub? Amazing.
Yeah.
And then, like, we start the storyline, and it gets a lot of traction, and there's a lot of interest. And then, like, 3-4 weeks in, I think we had that main event match with the OC. And then a big change happens at work. And then we do a segment where we're taking pictures of Otis. I don't know if you guys remember that. We're taking pictures of him. I say that I'm not cosmetically cleared. And then we find out the next week that we were
cleared again.
I found out next week that we're not allowed to be on TV ever again as the models. Well, that's not what we were told, but it's what we came to find out.
Yes.
And the reason for that, you wouldn't believe if I told you. But what was supposed to be a year-long storyline ended up being Maxine with no fucking build whatsoever and no reason. She joins Alpha Academy. We're not even there for it.
Yeah.
And the only time we like hint at this story happening is in a battle royal that we weren't supposed to be in.
2 battle royals.
2 battle royals, and neither of them we were not allowed to be in. So we tried. We really tried.
And you know what? Not only did we try, but freaking
Creative tried.
Jason Jordan, when putting together both of these battle royals, tried to get that story in those matches.
And the writers tried, and we talked to a lot of writers about it, and they were very sympathetic, and the producers were very sympathetic, because all the producers who had worked with us on house shows were like, you guys are fucking great. Like, we need to get you on TV doing shit, but the way things worked out, it just wasn't going to happen. And yeah, Jason Jordan was fucking awesome because he was putting the story of Maxine turning on us in these battle royals, despite the fact there was no direction to do so.
No. That was actually the only reason why I thought, oh, maybe we're not so done. Maybe there is hope.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we're still in these battle royals, and then we found that after we were not supposed to be in those battle royals. And the fact that we were in a second battle royal, and then somebody was like, "What the fuck? Why are they on TV again?" That's when we were taking
so they don't sneak into any more battle royals.
That's when we were taken off TV, because at first we weren't allowed on TV, but we were still traveling. And that second time, that's when we were cut from flights completely. Yeah. And then we were home for months, and then we got released, and then we were here for months again. So that's 7 months out of the year that we weren't doing a goddamn thing.
So shout out to Natty and TJ for getting us back into ring shape for the past month.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for the fact that we were going to Natty and TJ's ring down in Tampa, we would feel like absolute shit. Yes. Imagine our first match back, fucking sucking wind. No chance. So
that's what we
very thankful for that. Did you know when you were off flights that it was over? No, because we still flew to Connecticut and pitched new ideas.
And I've been off flights before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. At least with me, when I was off TV, I got to travel, but Brennan didn't. We didn't think it was over because all we were told is that the models are done. No more models.
Yeah. And
let's work on something else.
We thought, we were like, well, there's no way. It wasn't our fault. There's nothing we could.
It wasn't my fault.
There's no way that we could possibly be punished for something that was so clearly not our fault.
Is it the same with Dexter Lumis right now? I can only assume with Sam. The problem with being off TV for a long time is that it's much easier to just keep them off TV than figure out a way to get them back on.
And the longer you're off TV, the more reason you have to justify why they were off TV, and that's more than they're willing to do sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, Sam, I think, has a similar story to us.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not our place to say, but
that's not our story to tell.
It's a similar thing where, because of stuff changing, there were different ideas for different things, and then when there's too many ideas, none of them happen, kind of thing. But Sam's great.
We love Sam.
He'll be fine, I think. But yeah, it's timing. The word of the day is timing. It's always timing.
The word of the day is timing. Yeah, timing.
Sometimes you're Max Dupree, and then sometimes.
Well, that's 100% what it is, because in another universe, you never got LA Knight, because Hunter took over 1 week after he took over, and whatever happened to Max Dupree. But in this universe, fucking Eli, fucking Sean Ricker becomes a huge superstar, megastar, massive success because he becomes LA Knight, and the Maximum Male Models die a painful, pitiful death.
There was a death of many lashes where we are cucked by two managers.
How did we get Janetti'd by two managers? Are we the only people on earth who have been Janetti'd twice by managers?
Chat, whenever you think that it's beneficial to be a 6'8", jacked, handsome person in the World Wrestling Entertainment, remember that I was cucked by 2 managers.
Yep. Curtis, you love LA Knight because you love Dijak, and they look similar.
And they both white.
You just love white guys with that hairstyle. that I was balding, but I'm gonna comb it like this hairstyle.
No, but Curtis also likes Gold Dust.
Oh, so your taste is more varied than I thought.
Which is a different flavor.
Very different flavor is Dustin. Very different flavor. You are right.
You're right. I love white guys.
Base Curtis. How many people told Brennan you will be the next Booker T? Nobody, really. He was too big.
Nobody, yeah. You guys. So, what you guys will learn as you see me more probably is I'm low key big AF. I'm significantly taller and bigger than Booker.
Whoa! Shots fired at your trainer.
Shots fired at my close personal trainer that I'll see in a couple weeks. Yeah, I mean I'm just like in the scaling, I'm in the more diesel department than I am in the heavyweight wrestler.
Who is the most successful very big black wrestler?
There's not been one. Jordan, almost.
Oh, yeah, almost, yeah.
Almost. Very
Ahmed
big.
Johnson?
I mean, like I guess like Mark Henry, but he's not.
I mean like tall.
Biggie is not tall.
I'm talking Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, yeah. Cody Rhodes might be the best, the strongest black king. In terms of tall black guys, Dennis Rodman,
Bob Sapu.
Yeah, Bob Sapu.
Dennis Rodman. No, Ron Simmons is obviously huge, but I mean, like Brennan's 6'8".
Like there is no Black Diesel. There's never been a Black Diesel. Or there is no Black Kane.
Black Kane. That brother, it should have been you.
It should have been me. It should have been you. I could have been Black Kane. I could have very easily been Black
Blue Kane.
Blue Kane.
Yeah, if we can have a Blue Kane, why can't we have a Black Kane?
There was a moment where I thought I was gonna get to be Black Kane.
Right.
And
as Mace with the mask.
Yeah, well, there was when they drafted me to SmackDown by myself. I was told in hushed tones that Vince saw me and says, "We're gonna strap the rocket to him."
Why does that shit happen and it never like in 1998? If Vince said we're gonna strap the rocket on him, it would have happened.
It happened the next week. It happened that day.
But like in 2019, 2020, 2021, if Vince said we're gonna strap the rocket on that guy, push him to the moon, the next day, completely forgotten. Yeah. But they didn't say that to him, Bubba Risky. Vince said that to somebody in creative. It got to Brennan through a third party.
Got to me. Yeah, it was like and I heard it. I remember I heard it in like freaking big man class. So I was like, oh man, finally, it's my hard work is paying off. I'm going to get my chance. And I have
Moose is a good too.
Yeah, Moose is about my size, I think. Yeah,
he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Definitely not in WWE though.
Right. If we're just talking WWE, it's tough.
WWE. I'm sure there's plenty of great tall black guys all over the place, but
and obviously we don't mean in skill. We're just talking about the way they were.
Just like presentation
and booking.
Booking, yeah. Yeah. I had a match with Finn when I got drafted to SmackDown, and it was on Raw for some reason.
That's so classic. You and Dijak had a random Finn match on TV.
Yeah.
Huh.
Quick.
I forgot about that Finn Balor Mace match. I completely forgot about that.
I get a gift from I don't know why. There's certain things that I've done throughout my career that have stuck with people. And there is a gift from that match that I get all the time. People send it to me all the time. And it's the gif of me splashing Finn in the corner and then turning around and looking at the camera and going, ah. But people seem to think like that was all right. Here's the tea.
I'm watching it right now, and you did it in your entrance. You go, rawr.
That was a joke to Toddy. That was a joke to Toddy because
Ivar,
yeah, because at this time, Keith Lee was in the company, and he was Bearcat.
Oh,
and Vince told Keith that he wanted him snarling and like a Bearcat. So I'm like, well, if he doesn't want to do it, I'll do it.
That's fucking great.
But apparently people like it because I get the gifts of me going all the time.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Ivar is the most low-key ribber of all fucking wrestlers on the roster.
Low-key ribber. Thank you, Shriyansh.
Like, what did he do to me? Oh, we had a backstage where it was like everybody's supposed to look at a list of who's gonna be in a battle royal to determine whatever the fuck. And we're all on the wall looking at this list, and they're going, all right, time for the shot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and fucking Ivar quickly rubs my hair and fucks it all up. 1, puts his hands down. I'm like, fuck. And in the shot, my hair.
You were shoot hot. You were actually hot.
My hair's all fucked up. And thank God, somebody fucked up, so we had to retake the shot.
That was the night we made Madcap, right?
Don't mess my. Yes, that was the night we made Madcap. Okay, for those who don't know, Shriyan, thank you for the bits. It's very kind of you. That battle royal was Madcap Moss. He was with Baron Corbin, and the producers kept telling us. Vince says, "This battle royal's got to make Madcap. We got to make Madcap as battle royal. We got to make him look really strong." We're like, okay. And then we are rehearsing the battle royal, and Madcap gets 1 elimination, right? And then he gets tossed by Corbin. And we're all like, you know what would really make Madcap? If he won the fucking match. Yeah. Why is he supposed to look strong?
Why do we have to make people in such esoteric ways? Why don't we just make people by winning?
Nebulously make him look strong, right? Like, make him, I don't know, fucking, yeah, Circa Punk, yeah. Make Madcap look really strong. That's funny because yeah, Vince loved Riddick Moss quite a bit.
Wow, that's interesting.
And that's like one of those things where, like we were talking about earlier, it's just what's your horse in the race, right? Timing is everything. If Riddick Moss, if things had gone differently, you know, Riddy could be fucking here right now, but that's just timing. It's just every, you know, that's all timing is. It's who's in charge at what time, and who's a fan of yours and who's not. I'm still watching this match of yours with Finn.
It was a pretty good match. It was quick. I remember Swerve
I assume he called a lot of this, right?
In what way? What do you?
He's building you up very well. Like, he's protecting your size really good.
Well, yeah, Finn, hot take, pretty good wrestler.
Nice shots in the court. Yeah, but as a top guy, sometimes it's just like, fuck you, I'm a top guy.
This wasn't Judgment Day, Finn. This was feuding with Woods, Finn.
Okay, here comes the splash. Oh, you miss it. Finn hits the ropes. Duck 1. Black hole slam. Beautiful. You DDT'd yourself?
Yeah, I do DDT myself.
2. Oh, 2 3/4. Oh, you look pissed. The problem with you, Brennan, is for how big you are, you're too cute.
I am pretty.
You're cute and you're pretty. You should, like...
Thanks.
You should get in, like, a bar fight.
You want me to break my nose?
I kind of feel like you should just get in a bar fight and hope somebody cuts you open.
Why can't I? Kevin Nash is pretty.
Not in the same way that you are.
That's
like,
Kevin Nash is not. He's got long hair.
No, he's sexy. Yeah, but he's sexy, but he's not a twunk like you.
Yeah. Well, what do I? I don't know. Like, what can be done? Chat. What do I need to do?
Maybe just age.
Age.
Like, maybe just age
right?
will grizzle. Yeah, the beard will help. The beard will help.
I don't think I had a beard in that match. The big body shonen.
Here we go. Sling blade. Nice. You're bouncing up for the shotgun drop kick. Let's see you take this bump. Nice. Stumble down. Perfect.
Oh, you know what my notes after that match was?
What?
I fell into place too neatly for the cream.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Twunk ends at 25. Not for Brennan.
Yeah, I'm 32, dude.
As the old expression goes, Brennan, what is it?
Black don't crack.
Yep, black don't crack.
I've not only am I beyond 25, but I've also been a literal daddy for 9 years. So
Brendan, Roni Mac wants to know the story behind Reckoning itching.
Reckoning seizure?
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what the thought process was. In time, that was very early in my main roster run. So I had less access to information. But we had the segment with the Fiend maybe the week before or that night. And we're having this match where my close personal friend, Reckoning Yim, jumps up onto the thing and she starts having a seizure. And I think what the issue was is they decided that they wanted to do it no matter what. But they were like, if she has a seizure, then that's offensive to people who have seizures. But also, we don't want to do witchcraft. But also, these guys are heels, so they should cheat. So we're going to have her fake a seizure, which won't make fun of people who have seizures. And we're going to have them cheat because they're bad guys. And it's going to have nothing to do with Bray. And we're never going to explain it. It was, I mean, it's about as confusing to me as it is to you. I don't know why or when or how. I just think they really wanted to have a seizure. Kind of, sometimes Vince has it in his head that he really wants something. And they don't go through the steps to make it make sense or give a reason for why it's happening. And so it just happens. There is, yeah, I wish you could not be lost because I'm still lost. I have no idea.
Should we call it?
Yeah, we can call it. It's noon, midnight.
Look at all these people who have been here this whole time.
Look at all these people. You guys gonna be here next time, huh? You guys gonna be here every time? Promise.
Let's see the P's for promise.
P's for promises that you'll be back. We might have a TW stream this week if we can get everybody in town.
We're gonna get you guys promise rings.
Thank you, Zaman, for subscribing. You know what the best way to promise that you're going to be here is by subscribing right now before the stream ends, and then sticking around for whoever we raid, which is gonna be.
We have two options here.
Who's that?
Our close personal friends, New Legacy Inc., or our future close personal employers, GCW.
Is the GCW stream a real stream? Or are they just playing footage?
They're streaming. Oh, yeah, they're just streaming old WCW.
That happened last time. So we will politic our way into maybe winning more matches for DPW by raiding New Legacy Inc.
Hell yeah, I love that. I love that idea. Thanks to everybody who joined us. We loved having you. It was a great time.
Shout out to Santi for the raid, the big raid.
Santi's the homie. Yep. Fightful Gaming. What?
Fightful Gaming. Oh, we could.
Our personal dirt sheet.
Is SRS on there?
Let me see. Fightful Gaming. Oh, it's they're just talking.
Fightful.
Oh, they're talking about Raw.
Well, let's make them talk about something else.
Make them talk about us.
Yeah. Hey, chat. We're gonna send you to Fightful Gaming. Interrupt them.
Yeah, interrupt them and make them talk about us and say, "Stop talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Talk about MXM.
I'd
we want to know about MXM."
Say you don't want to hear a damn thing about anything that happened on Raw, and if they want to continue being our close personal dirt sheet, then they need to start talking about something that's gonna draw some dimes, and that's MXM.
That's right. Ook army, go!
Ook. I want 1 million apes. Ook, 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 ook. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Have fun. Make sure they know our name.
Love you.